And I'm short.
You don't have to take everything that hits the tape.
Oh, come on.
We're dropping, aren't we?
What is that?
That's something that catches my eye.
Baby! What is going on, Wednesday morning watchers? I'm excited. I'm energetic. What's going on? What's going on, Anthony?
Happy NVDA earnings day.
For sure, it is a very NVIDIA morning, and by that I mean price action is pretty slow in the pre-market. We had a pretty big,
it was bad.
A pretty big NVIDIA dump, in the night sesh, but it's like, you know,
Did we?
Yeah,
I haven't even bothered to look at it. I'm not gonna trade it until tomorrow. So you know.
So for those of you unawares, our Monday streams are very much futures oriented, but our Wednesdays, we're going to keep the mixed grab bag going. We'll be doing flow all morning as well as taking live trades. So feel free to make requests as we go through the show. Otherwise, I'm going to kick it over to your screen, Anthony. If you got anything spicy on, you might want to hit that shit.
Nope. I'm just waiting for the market to open here. I gotta get out of my meta puts here at open.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
Yeah.
What were you in?
I was in the 918 465 puts. There was flow that came in on it Friday, and usually I don't hold trades over the weekend. I'll show you the trade that I got in. It's these guys right here, the 918 465. It was a clean piece of flow here. Actually, let me go back. I mean, it was a clean piece of flow there. I mean, 1,200 contracts coming in there. It was clean. It looked good, but they settled today, and yeah.
That was that lawsuit, right? About the mental health and
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
You know,
so
no,
hey,
settling sucks for you because that essentially means it's not going to go through litigation, and so that's probably why they popped.
Yeah,
they found an agreement rather than go through the full court system. That's brutal. You're gonna take a hit.
Thankfully, I only lost another like 15% on the contract, so I thought they were gonna be worthless at open. I was like,
hey, fair enough.
Yeah,
we've got a pretty big pop in equities off the open. Nasdaq is up a good 60 points in one 1 minute candle there as we opened up. You know, I think we'll see some general back and forth shenanigans intraday as we get a little bit closer to power hour. People are kind of preparing and positioning for the NVIDIA earnings, so we'll probably see some wiggle going on there.
Speaking of power hour, are we, having a little
I believe
NVIDIA?
So. I believe we will be popping in maybe halfway through power hour or right at the beginning. I'll let you all know. You'll see it on the Unusual Whales Twitter page. I'll tweet that bad boy out when we're going to do it. But we'll be looking at NVIDIA options flow quite a bit this afternoon as we head into their earnings data drop. And from there, we'll see what happens. Maybe if we're feeling really spicy, like really, really spicy, I'll take a couple of scalps after the drop on the micro NASDAQ. I don't know if I'm going to have the balls to try to punt some NQ contracts around.
Yeah.
When we're whipsawing
you.
50 points a second. SMTC. What is SMTC? SMTC. What the hell is even that? SMTC. Semtech Corp. American Analog and Mixed Signal Semiconductors and Advanced Out. Well, they're up 4.5% today. Our homie OG on Twitter asked if it's worth holding for a bit or do I get out at open. I'm in between. I will say if I'm in a bigger cap, personally, I'm at least taken down to runners if I'm on a day where a $130 stock is up 4%. I tend to trim that down to runners, but that's just what I do. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same, throw a trailing stop on, try to secure as much profits as you can. I do like some of these brokers that have those OCO orders where you can set it where you take profits at 10, 15, 20%. That's a really fun.
Those open close
Yep.
open orders are pretty baller. And
Yep.
I know a lot of retail oriented ones don't even really have brackets. I think Robinhood still doesn't have brackets at this time. Does
Nope.
Robinhood have brackets
No.
yet?
Nope, they do
Yeah.
not.
I'm not a
Nope.
brackets trader when I'm scalping. I basically market order and then set limits for my targets and stop outs. But I tend to flatten my trades manually when I'm scalping. But when it comes to options, brackets are important for me. They can get you into a little trouble sometimes, like if there's really low liquidity on a contract and you set brackets, sometimes a really wide bid-ask spread will get you filled.
God, yeah.
But what else we got going on SMTC just for the shits and gigs?
Yeah, let's yeah, we're up almost 8% now, a little over 8%. So that whole
Hey,
time we
careful
were
with that
talking,
advice word, man. Careful with that advice word.
we what do you say? Thanks for the advice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Careful with that. Not advice, just what I would do.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna wake up tomorrow to SMTC up another like 50% out of nowhere, and he's gonna be like, these fucking assholes.
I know that's why I hate like saying, oh, I'm gonna take profits on something or I'm getting out of something, because then it usually keeps going or drops more or something, and it's like I feel bad, but gotta make your own decisions. Gotta make your own decisions. Yeah, we can take a peek here. Anything for flow coming in out of the gate here? Let's see. Nothing new really. It looks like everything just kind of coming in already has a lot of open interest. I don't know how that heat zone's looking there. I do like that they updated the heat zones. It's what, 2-second updates now, I think.
Dude,
1
it's
second, 2
so
seconds.
cool. And they're still working on it to make it cleaner and prettier. The heat zones are dope, man. Heat zones are dope.
They're fun. Yeah, I'm looking at the directionalized here. I mean, there's a lot of negative gamma above us here. It's telling us market makers are short the calls, so tell me customers are along the calls, and we could see a nice little roadmap up if it keeps chugging along here. We're above that gamma flip there too, so as long as we stay above that gamma flip, we're gonna stay in that dampening regimen there. And yeah, look at that positive gamma right there at 135 there. I gotta get used to it updating there. That's I usually look at the heat zones like after close, so they're not flipping around like that intraday. But yeah,
I gotta say though, for those of you just tuning in, Anthony does heat zone reads pretty frequently now, and they are clean. I need to convince this man to get the balls to play his heat zone reads, especially when we have coinciding flow intraday, which we have had a few times on the show. You got to just start playing your heat zone reads, dude. I'm telling you.
I'm just used to, like, I like Periscope more because it's 100% market maker positioning. Like, this is just assume that's the only thing that kind of makes
this has the whole grab bag of positioning. Whereas Periscope, that's just straight up confirmed attributed market maker positioning. So I get it, but at the same time, dude,
it's still, yeah. I mean, yeah,
just constantly talking over a heat zone of something, calling exactly what's going to happen, and then not taking a single contract. OG, that was a random trade. You just just threw something on SMTC for shits and giggles and ran with it.
Flow or something? You said, oh, there was some flow back there on 821. Look at that.
Yeah, nice little spike. Apparently that was OG.
I want to see what that was, actually.
My man.
Ooh, that was a new chain there too, actually, pretty much. I mean, pretty much. Yeah, look at that. 352 there, just no volume since. They're happy. They're 12% in the money now. Obviously, we don't see a updated average because there hasn't been a trade on there since that whale was in there. But yeah, they're probably happy here. A little long dated, but I mean, they're happy. They're happy. But yeah, that was that spike there on.
Man, that was pricey as hell now. My God.
Yeah, well, they were pricey back then.
$200,000 between friends.
And they were pricey back then. If I did, I don't know if I'd be doing this right now. I think I'd be on a beach somewhere right now, at least finishing up the summer. But
Dude,
maybe.
I'm so ready for the cold. Bring the cold back.
Oh, I know. It's supposed to, our dew point's supposed to like drop a lot the next 2 days, and our state fair starts tomorrow. But I can't handle all the people, man. I can't handle it. It's just
Dude, our
they're
state fair is
all
just
over.
known
They,
for fucking deep fried butter on a stick. Like,
I mean, so are we.
hey, Midwest partying, man. We do have a request from Electra on YouTube for the NRG $130 call for September 18. Those of you just trailing in, we'll get another pump of folks sliding through a little later on in the morning. But those of you just coming in, feel free to make flow requests. We do some whale watching Wednesdays. So we'll be looking at flow all morning in addition to taking trades as they appear. I've already missed 3 while I've been gabbing, but there's nothing new about that.
You said NRG 918 125?
130C. 130C 918.
30. I got it right here. All right. So yeah, it looks like this one came in a couple days ago. Oops. If I could scroll, that would help a little bit. Yeah, look at all that volume there on 824. Most of that carried over. Yeah, they're pretty happy now, it looks like. 86 cents. They hit $1.31 yesterday. Looks like they're about $1.15. Let's just go back and look at the tape, see if anything looked good on that. Ooh, it was actually a big multi-legger. And yeah, some sort of call spread on this guy. Looks like they're selling that higher strike and buying that lower one there, probably. Call debit, whatever you want to call it there. Look at that. Oh god, see, I don't like that now. I'm starting to do multi-legs because of you. I blame you for it. Oh god, I don't I don't trade them, so I'm like, I don't like it, but hey, well, yeah. So looks like it was a debit spread on that guy there, and they're up. So yeah, good find there. Good find.
Just straight up wait until we get Dan and or Nate on the show, especially at the same time, dude. They are gonna lambast us the entire episode to force us into trading calendars and diagonals. I'm gonna call it. Whichever one comes on first, they're gonna bring it up. And then the next one will bring it up, and then eventually we're going to end up with both of them and just get absolutely lambasted.
Dan, I'm just going to harass with Periscope so he doesn't harass us with spreads.
Keep those requests coming. I see homies all up on Twitter and on YouTube. Yeah, you're not going to be a fan, D-Trades. Get the fuck out of my chat with your pumping bullshit. Man, we didn't even make it 20 minutes this morning. Damn. We didn't even make it 20 minutes before the crypto bullshit. It's because I jinxed it Monday.
Tucker, that's why.
Yeah,
Tucker's no, I think I'm the one that jinxed it. I'm the one that jinxed it there. Man,
Sam, what does be please mean? I don't know what be please means, man. Help me help you.
You're gonna have to explain it to our boomer asses a little better.
Well, while we wait on some more requests to come on in, I'm gonna flip over to my screen quick. Take a quick look at Periscope here. We are bouncing between these two positive gammas here. So we've got 76.80 with just a teensy bit, but it's falling off and appears to be moving up to that 76.90. Let me zoom in a little bit here. And then down below, we've got positioning at 76.60 and 76.55 with a little growth at 76.50 itself. 76.60 falling just a tiny bit. But both times now that we've reached the top and bottom of this negative gamma range between 76.75 and 76.70, buyers have stepped right the hell back in to buy it back up through that zone. Then sellers sold it off. Now buyers are buying it up again. We're in a little bit of a range here until they pick which side they want to break through. I'm leaning a little bit currently. Again, data subject to change, and it will change within a minute. These update every minute on the Retail Pro Max plan, and I will not scalp without it, but this always subject to change. These little dots demonstrate what the prior value was in prior 1-minute sessions here, and right now they're just ranging between the two. I'm leaning a little bit more toward retesting the lows here because we still have significantly more positive gamma built up down below us than we do up above, but again, subject to change. Net call premiums are absolutely soaring this morning. And actually, I mean, it's not like insane, right? It's not insane.
No, what's driving us?
38 million in net call premium, all 7 and out of the money only. So it's not like the most insane amount of net call premiums, But a little, maybe perhaps a teaser that might support my claim here. We are pumping a little bit here on SPX. Net call premium is pumping right along with it, but it's going with price, right? They're moving in tandem. We're going up. Call premiums are rising at the same time. But the little interesting tidbit that I like to look for, if I'm keeping an eye on these wide positive gamma ranges with negative in between, I'm keeping an eye on those net put premiums, which were also spiking a little bit off the open along with price going up, which is an inverse of what's happening. Now we're finally getting that tail off as we break through. Yep.
They built
finally
up there
broke through. And here's that update. This is what I was just talking about, why the 1 minute updates are so important. If you're on 10 minute, you're going to miss flips like this. Look how much more positive 7690 just went right before we ripped up. They broke through the top of that negative gamma zone finally, and they are pushing. If they stick the landing at 7680, I would not be surprised if 7690 says hello. Now, that said, we've got Bloom Energy. Oh, I see. It wasn't B, please. It was B-E, please.
E, please.
That's my bad. I'm
look
smart.
Look at you being an asshole for
I'm
nothing.
Smart. Dude, I'm the smartest trader to ever exist, and that's why I blew my shit up in a fit of rage and depression last September.
Speaking of a rage and depression here, so I decided to come over here and see.
And then we'll do BE after this tangent, because I promise we will have many tangents.
Yeah, I wanted to see what was, I like to see what the net impact chart's looking like, to see how many names are contributing to that. Oh, look, I looked down here, I saw Meta. I'm like, hey, what's going on here? And guess who comes over to look at Meta, and it's down 1%, man. Did
you get out at the top?
Yes, I did.
No!
Yes, I did. Oh boy.
I will say the alternative was still really scary, so I don't fault the exit, but it is peak.
It was up 5%. It was up 5%.
Oh, that is just insulting.
Oh.
All right,
I only knew it because I came and looked at that. Oh yeah, I can't. No,
that's classic. That's classic options.
Yeah,
ouch.
I'm just like, I'm looking at that. I'm like, what's contributing to that? I'm like, it's probably Meta, and then Meta's negative, and then yeah, cool, it's down 1% now. Like, oh, cool, thanks. I guess sell the news apparently.
Happy Wednesday, baby.
Yeah, happy Wednesday indeed.
All right, let's pop open some Bloom Energy, and then we've got a couple more requests coming in on YouTube as well.
Do we want to look
200% returns following your guys' advice? Thanks. Hopefully you mean education and not advice. I do not give advice. I do say what I'll do and what I'm doing, but I won't tell you what to do. But glad to see you're having a good time. Popular takes.
Learning and making money is the best thing you can do. Do we want to look at the Nancy contracts that she got for the BEs too?
Sure, why the hell not? Let's do a blanket review for the homie,
and then
we can take a peek at those. I think the Unusual Whales account and Snorlax both posted the Pelosi trades as well.
Yep, we can go into the political thing and find it here. Let's see. BE, what do we got coming in here? Just kind of looking at our volume off the bat here. A lot of that volume's a little lighter than that open interest. Let's just see if I can find something a little more ask side-ish here out of the gate. Yeah, everything that maybe these guys here. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is an opener right here. We got 944 coming in here.
I keep an eye on that chat. Can't take requests if I'm not watching it.
So it looks like we got a multi-legger here. Hey, look at that. This one would be another sort of call spread here. This time it looks like. Ooh, they're both openers here. Ooh, what one do you say for this one, Nick? What do you got for this guy here? They're both openers. It looks like.
I'm trying to figure out how to full screen in the little studio viewer. I'm trying to figure out how to full screen just the live display because it's kind of small on the monitor and I can barely see those values on your screen.
It's
all right. I see them.
Let's see. Okay.
All right. So we've got some S side 255s, bid side 235s. 2 days to expiration. We've got high enough open interest on one. Nope, 939. Is that what that says? The size of the 255.
The ask side is the 946. So that's the opener for sure.
So that's the opener.
This one's a little more.
I'd be hard pressed to believe that they're rolling to a contract with.
That wouldn't
2 days expiration.
some sort of spread on this guy. Some sort of spread. Yeah, that's really the only one that I could find that's an interesting open here. Everything else just kind of has a lot of open interest already on it. Look at the heat zone on it here, though. Let's see. Find that night. Ooh, look at that 255 here. That 250. Ooh, it moves around a little bit here. So, okay. That 255 there. Yeah, look at all that negative gamma up here. I mean, this is a can be a quick move up if we get through some of these positive gammas here. That 235 here would kind of be my roadblock, my first kind of resistance spot there. You can see market makers are long the calls there, so customers are short calls at that position, assumingly. So we might see maybe a little resistance here if we can get up there. We're still above the flip. So as long as we stay above that flip, we'll stay in that dampening regimen there. But yeah, I mean, if we get through that 235, I wouldn't be surprised to see us make a big move up there through that heavy negative gamma area there. Let's go find I want to find those Nancy calls there. The Nancy calls. Let's go find them. They should be right here. They are the... Let's see, what ones were they in here? I know they're marked in here. Unless you know them off the top of your head.
I don't know what top. I can find them.
Let's see, purchase 50, 617, 2027, 100 calls for BE. Let's see, 100,000 shares. It's BE. She got shares and options on that. Ooh. So 617, 2027.
Yeah, she got shares and options. She's up a little bit on the shares. The options are up quite a bit now, if I recall. Not like crazy up, but I think they're up a few grand per. All right, she got the 100.
617, 2027.
Yeah. 617.
617, 2027. Yep, got it right there. Let's see, and she got those back in. Let's see, when was that? Notification. Where's my trade date? Why am I blind here, man? So 724 of those. Oh, 724. She got those. Duh.
Contract. You got them already. Oh,
yeah, I got them right here. Yeah, I was just trying to see when she got them. I think it was
24th of July.
Yep. So right in there. There she is.
Yeah.
There she is. Let me just bump this down 45 days. Yeah. Right there. Yep. There we go.
And she got her shares. She got her shares in the range of 184. Nope, she got the shares between 166.84 and 175.30. 184 and 214 was what it was transacting on the day she filled on these. And as of 2 days ago, BE had broken into the 200s again. It's trading at 206. So she's up a little bit on shares, but the options are looking a little spicier.
Yeah, I mean, you know, $117 a contract. Yeah, they're just slightly green though. I mean, up a little bit today, $137 a contract. But yeah, that's always fun. That's just, I mean, super deep in the money all the time, like those NVIDIAs before, and it's...
Which exercise, by the way? She pocketed some pretty cheap shares, relatively speaking.
Oh, must be nice to have that capital to do that stuff.
She got calls right before the split. And then they resolved down to like a $2 call or some shit. All right, we do have another direct contract request, sort of. Electra says the Uber chart is interesting. She's liking the $85 call for 918. That might be a chart-based one. I'm not sure if she saw a flow on it or not. But let's take a look anyway.
Let's take a peek here. Let me pop out my net premiums.
We're gonna see that contract with 5,000 volume, and it was just Electra popping off in the chat.
Electra's our market maker.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a peek here. Yeah, not a lot for premiums over the last 14 days. Obviously, we had some back here, but price was already kind of moved up a little bit. How about for contracts today? I thought I saw some Uber stuff yesterday. Actually, let me go back to yesterday's tape here. Actually, I feel like maybe the last couple sessions. Let me just do the last 7 here. Let's see. I know I saw some puts that I didn't like. So, okay, yeah, these
looked at Uber in so long.
I haven't traded Uber for a while. All right, let's take a peek at these. So yeah, we had some good flow yesterday. It looks like most of that carried over. I just want to go back and look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. Oof, 102 up to 188. That's a mover there.
Nice little 80% pop.
Yeah, that tape. I just want to look at that tape. But yeah, all those fills were pretty much at the ask there. Yeah, you got your IV increasing here, kind of bouncing around there. Spot filling at the ask on that big size there. Yeah, I mean, if I was looking at the IV, I probably would have been like, it's kind of bouncing around a little bit, but all your fills are at that. It's just kind of one of those, 50-50s. Obviously, it's easy to go back and say, hey, look, it worked out. But, they're close to the money. They were close to the money yesterday. So, probably lean at buy to open on those. Obviously, if they were selling them, they're probably not very happy, but I probably lean buy to open on those there from yesterday. Yeah, and those puts, I wanted to see what those did. Yeah, nothing really on those. Most of that carried over, but curious to see what happens with that. Let's go back to Uber here. Anything interesting today? Let's do this. Let's see what we got here. All that volume's a lot lighter than that open interest. Maybe the put here, and that's still not very clean either. That could be a quick in and out there. Who knows? Double check open interest. I just want to look at that heat zone on it quick. Oof, look at all that negative gamma on Uber. A lot of negative gamma over this thing here. All right, let's scroll up. I want to find my highest negative gamma. So it looks like they're kind of long, or market makers are short the puts here. So customers would be long there. What's down here? So then there's short calls there. Ooh, that might be kind of we're below that flip there too. And then there short call customers would be short calls there too. Yeah, that's almost kind of a bearish read there on that heat zone there, at least on the 828 expiration there. You got market makers long calls and a lot of short puts in here, or short puts there, and then short calls there. Almost maybe a little penny action here. Maybe a little pin action here between that kind of 80-ish to 82-ish range there. Just kind of looking forward here for any big names. Yeah, maybe 918's got a little negative gamma up at 82.5. Yeah,
Price action wise, I kind of think I see why she might like the chart despite this $2 knife into hell here. They're sitting right on top of a little range that Uber was trading in pretty much the entire session yesterday. Let me up this to a higher time frame. Let's look at the hourly for now. I think I can see it. Right around that 80.32 mark, that was acting as resistance for a hot second there. All last week, it looks like. And they got down basically right to it. The only issue I have with longing now is my stop, if I were trading options on Uber, would be like way down at 77.80. And that's a steep drop even from where we are now. That's another $3 down. And that'll hurt options really bad. That said, I mean, with this downward pressure they have, I still kind of would expect at least a stall and some reaction at the top of those 80s here. Because again, that was acting as resistance. They finally broke out of it on the candle that we're looking at now. They broke right through it and then instantly sold off when they got up to those 82.30s. Let's go higher. Let's look at the 1 day. Whoo! And actually, where they rejected kind of makes sense too. That was an area of support at those 82s back in April while they were pumping up toward their highs there. It acted as resistance on the way back down. Right here was a rejection that sent them down. Then they didn't quite get there, sent it back down to the 65 area. If they can hold on to that 80 spot, which is basically right below this 1 day candle, I don't hate it. I don't hate calls, but I think I would want to see it react down here first before I personally would get in, just for be a little bit safer there. But that's my take. I don't know. I'm just some guy.
Just a guy, just a guy. Yeah, I mean, Heat Zone kind of agrees with you here too. Just kind of, I mean, these are your two biggest, closest date expirations here, that 81 and 82. So it might fight between there. Might fight between there. So maybe those puts could be a little interesting there. Yeah, that call premium's just, yeah, Uber gave up all those gains. All those gains.
We have a blanket request from Scrolly. Popular Takes, the homie that was up 200% like an absolute menace, wants to look at DRAM. We've looked at DRAM before.
DRAM,
sure.
yeah. Yep, there was actually some flow yesterday I saw in DRAM, I believe. Let me just pop that
I will
up
say
here.
Stony Shorts TM is not having any fun today. I haven't gotten a safe spot to short all morning, and I'm not seeing one. So I'm waiting.
I thought I saw DRAM. Let's see, what? Maybe it was RAM I saw. Yeah, it was RAM. I knew I saw something that had RAM in it there. We'll look at DRAM here, but I just want to look at these
the
RAMs.
Fixation on the word RAM is nothing new for our boy Anthony.
Yeah, and keep in mind with NVIDIA earnings today too, it's going to impact any of those ETF sector or the semiconductor sector ETFs, all that. Jesus Christ, dude.
You're killing it, man. You're killing it.
Yeah,
you're killing
it. Yeah, the Rams here. I mean, this was a nice opener yesterday. Most of it's still in here. I just want to look at that tape from yesterday. Then we'll look at DRAM. I promise.
This piece of shit. Selfish.
Just kind of one of those big block trades coming in, though. One of those big block trades where you don't get a ton of that kind of context to look in that flow there. I mean, just some other big size there. Obviously, we don't know if it's related, but you know. All right, let's go look at DRAM here. Thing last 14, yeah, it's kind of flat here. Did get that big pop back there on that gap up day, and then kind of looks like maybe some profit taking going on there. I don't see any big spikes that are catching my eye. Ooh, look at this big bid-side call coming in today. Ooh, this is spicy.
We like spice.
Maybe spicy there. I mean, that 824, you only had about half of that carryover anyway, so you don't really know what's going on in there. And then you got the 4,600 traded yesterday, which looks like about 1,100 of them dropped off. So another party is holding a good 3,000 of those, give or take. And then we're seeing another big bid side here today. So I'm not getting too much out of this specific tape that would kind of give me any directionality there. Let's just look in here. Just long dated calls. I mean, I know I'm not trading December 2027 calls right now. A lot of hits on that one anyways there.
For next year.
Yeah.
Got some leap action.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm probably not trading those.
My friend told me to follow this account, and are these lives a usual occurrence? Every Monday and Wednesday, homie. For Wednesdays, we have a heavy flow focus. Focus? What the hell's a focus, dude? Now I'm killing it. And on Mondays, we're pretty much all futures scalping all the time. But every Monday and Wednesday at market open, homie.
Let's look at the heat zone. Yeah, so there's not much for flow on it here. That 828's got a lot of negative gamma up there at 59.5 there. So that's telling me market makers are short calls. So that would tell me customers are long calls. I do love the fact that you can come in here and actually look at the contract too. So like,
yeah,
if you really want to dive into that there, I mean, usually you're not going to probably find anything for the contracts. For CMCSA, though, for a couple of weeks ago, I found like 3 good contracts looking in the heat zones, and I was actually like really surprised. But yeah, I mean, like, see, like if you look at this contract here, there's not really a true good signal here because you have some previous volume there on 819 and all of that carried over, and then you got about 1,000 contracts today. That almost, obviously we don't know, I'm just kind of speculating here. That almost looks like maybe they were short and they're buying back. Who knows? Hard to know though. I want to look at that 821 there. Yeah, I mean, maybe they, you know, if again, speculating, we don't know. This is just me talking pretty much. But yeah, that 819, you had 877 come in. You got about 300 there on 821. So giving us, you know, just about 1100. Here comes a big ask side candle of just slightly under 1100. Maybe buying those back at the ask there. We won't know until that open interest tomorrow, but just kind of, matching those candles up with your eyes. And again, that's just me speculating. You want to find that kind of more identifiable flow, but I like to look and just kind of, piece things together too. Um, that 58's got a lot of positive gamma there. So short calls there. Yeah, this is the level you'd want to watch here, see how we react here at 58. We are below that flip as well there too. So I don't think I want to look at these calls here. So like, yeah, so it's coming in at the bid. So I mean, it's showing it's market makers are selling those calls because they're more at the bid now. Is that contract actually notable though? Let's see. And not too much there, just at the bid the whole way up there. Not too much out of that one there. Yeah,
pretty clean at the bid too.
Yeah, probably sells, which makes sense. I mean, you're at your positive gamma there, so market makers are selling those contracts there. Or sorry, customers will be selling the contracts. Dude, you know how many times I do that where like it's because it's so backwards where you're like, well, you're thinking of in that inverse, and then you're trying to like explain it, and then it's like, well, no, they're like this. It's once you like wrap your head around that though, like kind of thinking like opposite of that, it makes a lot more sense there. But yeah, no, I love these he zones so much, man. They're so much fun. But yeah, not seeing too much there on DRAM. What are we doing on Periscope here right now?
Yeah, Periscope is building up above us still quite a bit. Look at all of these new deep positive gamma up here. I would like them to backtest 7680 if I'm going to try to long, because those of you who frequent the show, I am very risk averse with longs, but I'll punch shorts like crazy. Does it make sense? No, but hey, that's what you're getting. We're coming up into heavy positive at 7690. That's the level we talked about right at the open about 30 minutes ago. It's still there. It's still growing. I'm expecting a little slowdown there maybe. If they can really push through it, those targets up above are growing. Way up at 7705 and as high as 7720 are really building up as positive gamma here now. And that's about the line in the sand. We've got heavy negative gamma above that at 7725. But that 7720, it's a bit of a reach. It's way up there. I'm looking for them to slow down about right where they are, given that heavy little gamma wall there at 7690. We'll see what they do. I would almost be inclined to long a deep pullback just because that setup up above us is still looking strong. And this is the first time all day we've had any kind of dip in net call premium on this current positive gamma rejection, but it's not really substantial. I was really tempted to short on that, but even then, this pattern is still up and to the right. They can test pretty damn low and maintain a bullish pattern. So I'm staying hands off for the time being. If we give a nice push about 20, 30 points up and they reject again, maybe I'll try to short down to that positive gamma level on SPX. But for now, I am sitting on my hands. I'm not punting contracts quite yet. We do have a blanket request from a repeat viewer, Constantine ANF. We haven't looked at ANF at all on the show, I don't think.
Yeah, I'll pull up ANF here, but I did find these dicks. Oh God, I'm happy Tucker or somebody's not here right now. Yeah, these look like some good short puts coming in here. 51 days out, 18% out of money. Dix is just flying up right now. That's oh God, this is Tucker could be getting some good clips out of this, but yeah, look at that IV drop when that big flow comes in there. Big IV drop, fill up the bid. These look like a clean sell there. 17% of the money. We just had earnings yesterday. Yeah, these things are absolutely ripping right now. All right, let me pull up ANF here. Let's pull that up here. ANF, Abercrombie and Finch.
Like girls that wear Abercrombie and Finch.
Ooh, up 33%.
But she's been
gone they must
since that summer.
Yeah, looks like they had that earnings today here. Jeez. But they who was the was that Old Navy? Who had the partnership with Sydney Sweeney last year? And then everybody
Levi's.
Like freaked out in it wasn't Levi's? Yes.
Or
you can
Lee's.
see I don't
one
shop.
of the two. One of the jeans guys.
One of them.
I thought. Was it American Eagle? I don't remember.
Maybe. I couldn't tell you. I usually don't buy clothes based off of what celebrities buy.
It was American Eagle.
Okay.
which I don't buy anyway. Fucking. It's like what all the douche bros in my high school wore, like pre-hold.
You walk by it in the mall and you just get the big whiff of like cologne in your face. Oh God,
dude, the Hollister stores. Oh God,
that's
you just walk by and you're like, holy shit!
Just dark rooms in there. Like, no, thank you. That's a little scary for me. Well, there goes a sponsor for the show. Anyways, yeah, they're up significantly today. Yeah, look at that. Actually, we got a big put side opener here, and big multi-legger though. Big multi-legger though. Let's take a peek at that. Oh, and it's a messy multi-legger there too. Looks like we got 4 legs on this one, 5 legs on this one. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that one. Nick can touch it if he wants, but I'm not gonna touch that one. Yeah, it's a messy guy there. That is a messy one.
And it's a whole new position too. The whole thing.
Yeah.
No roll, no nothing. I'm good.
Yep.
I'm
yep.
all right
Not gonna try to guess that one there. Let's see. I'm guessing probably most of that volume is gonna be related to all of that, anyways. Can do a heat zone read on it.
Can't hurt.
Where are we at?
I'm gonna ask for something to be done about all that negative space. There's got to be something we can put there.
These guys here. I think you can. Oh, like right here.
Yeah.
You can. So I mean, well, if you have all the expirations.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I only have the 2 months there, so that's a my fault one there, I guess.
This fucking guy,
dude. I'm looking at that negative gamma for 918 there, so that 130 looks like customers are geez, every time, dude, market makers are short the puts there, so customers are long the puts there, and yeah, it's that one there. So I mean, again, I like clicking in there to see. So I mean, like if you look in there and look up that flows, it's that big goofy multi-layer right there that we looked at there. So the heat maps are great, but just kind of, I like to click in there and see what's causing that to make sure it's not a big goofy multi-legger. So like the one we just looked at there, it's a big goofy multi-legger there. My stupid zoom like disappeared, so I'm trying to find it. All right, there we go. Yeah, I mean, that's, if you're looking at it from just a straight gamma standpoint there, I mean, that 918, 130 strike there is your biggest node there. But knowing that flow, I probably wouldn't touch that there. Yeah, just look at that. Look at our open interest version of it coming into today here. Yeah, I mean, just right through that put wall. I mean, just massive pop through that put wall. We're coming up to that call wall now. Yeah, that's interesting. What's our absolute gamma? 125. Yeah, curious to see what happens there. So again, this one's updated from open interest. So you only get this update once per day versus if you look at that directional volume there, you're going to see that kind of oops, this one here, that directionalized volume there. At least you're going to see that kind of intraday and can kind of, speculate a little bit better there. But obviously open interest is going to kind of be more your stale data. This is at least your more fresh data. And then again, it's not 100% confirmed market maker activity. This is just ask and bid side, and it's kind of splitting it that way there. So again, always do your due diligence looking at that stuff there. All right, let's see. What else do we got going on there? Ooh, look at that big negative gamma pop there on 76.85. I'm surprised you're not going short right now. I am surprised.
NASDAQ is not in a good part for me to short, but I'm looking at it
it's
for the
not.
back test. Yep. It'd be a dangerous short. I would have to have a stop. That's like
a little high stop there,
well outside my risk tolerance. So I'm waiting. I'm being patient, man. I'm being patient.
Oh.
I'm not taking some of those risky chasers yet with this account because we just opened this personal account.
Yeah.
I mean, I could switch to one of the funded prop accounts and start punting shit just cause. I don't care about those, but I do care about the personal account. We're not having another Weeble situation, folks. This account stays.
I'm scared. I kind of want to see what Meta's doing. They're still the leader in the put premiums there. I'm so scared. I don't even know if I want to look at it. I'm just gonna hurt. Oh, they're only down 0.25%. Okay, so getting out was okay there. I'm fine with that there. I'm fine with that. I'll take a small loss. That's okay. Well, small loss quote. God, the flow feed is just dry today. Figured it would be though with NVIDIA earnings coming up today. How about these Tesla calls? 92350s.
Tesla.
little pop there.
Man,
It's
Tesla
an.
and I are just like evil.
I
The
know.
fun part is I should have chased that.
So, well, that time you can't say you missed it because I told you about
No.
it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I told you about that one.
Damn it. Sorry, John C. You missed BE. We actually finished that right before the read that Anthony just did. You can scrub back, or it will be fully available to you when the stream ends in a couple hours here. It'll still be there. This is recorded. It's also over on the YouTube, housed in the VODs. Don't you sweat it. Don't you sweat it. All right, what are we looking at? Oh, yeah, those Tesla. Dude, man, Tesla and I... Dude, bro,
I know,
man, dude.
I know, I don't...
Tesla's
just such a... Especially the short-dated contracts. I'm not a fan of touching the 7-day out Teslas. Like, I just haven't had super good luck with them, but I mean, like...
such bad luck with Tesla, dude. And I'll always, like, I'll get a weekly or something, right? And then I'll be right next week.
Yeah, it reminds me of those the now contracts.
Clean reversal right now on SPX on the Nasdaq. Clean reversal in motion right now, and I cannot chase this in good faith yet. I gotta wait.
Oh,
damn! I should have just gunned for it. I should have gunned it.
It reminds me. You should have listened to me for once in your life. For once in your life. For once in your life. It I don't know, Tesla flow reminds me of that now flow, like from earlier in this year. Like the dude was down like 80% for the entire time, and then it's like 1,500% at expiration. Just
out of left field ripper. It was insane.
I took some of those too when I saw them come in, and then I saw Snore post about them. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go do a little bigger position on those, because, like, you know, when you see somebody that's actually, you know, good at what they do post something, and it's like, oh, that's double confirmation. I don't know if we saw those on the show. I don't remember exactly what day those were on.
I think so. I think it was on a Tuesday or a Thursday.
Maybe a Tuesday or something.
I don't think
but yeah, I saw them and I was like, oh, these look good already. And then like 10 minutes later, Snore post. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get some more of these. And then just they go down the next day, and it's like just choppy the entire time. Whale held them, and then just there's some news on expiration. They're up 1,500%, and I'm like, cool, just great, fantastic. But
fantastic.
Oh god, that's like these meta ones that I'm in. Watch, they're gonna end up green at expiration. I will bet you anything.
We do have some blanket requests for after Tesla as well from Moderna and MicroStrategy.
Cool.
MSTR.
Cool. Oh god, the one name that I hate trading to. Anyways, yeah, nice IV spike on these when they come in spots filling at the ask here. I mean, the full looks good here. I mean, I'm not going to touch Tesla though, especially weeklies. But yeah,
it's on my no-fly list of this, and not because it's not tradable, because I suck at trading it.
I know
clear,
it's
not not a ticker's fault that I have a bad track record with it. It's me just sucking at trading that ticker. There's nothing else to it than that.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with Moderna. They reported some spicy ass news about what was it?
Cancer treatment.
Yeah.
Vaccination.
Vaccination. Was it melanoma?
Yeah. I think so. Yep, right here. Phase 3 melanoma results.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
but what
crazy.
Are we doing after that ripper? It looks like they're down 5% today, which, I mean, in the grand scope of how much they ripped, isn't really that much.
Yeah, I mean, it's I've seen flow coming in on it like periodically here. Like, you know, you're getting ask side calls and ask side puts. So I mean, you're seeing both ends. I mean, this is one of those that are kind of paying both ways, because you're getting those big pops up like 8%. One, I think it was up like 9% yesterday, and then now it's down 5% today. So I mean, if you're playing those big pops, like when we got that big spike back there on the 19th, I actually swung some Pfizer puts and kind of, because we were up, what, it was 140% or something that day, give or take. And then
insane move. Like, to be fair, kind of a justified one. I mean, I always warn around biopharma, biotech, that you're going to be very, very contingent on FDA releases, approvals, trials. Good example on a much bigger name than we usually see on pumps like that. But that's massive news. Like, that's crazy. That stuff's getting put to practice.
Yeah, I kind of just, again, that's just kind of a time in the market thing. You're up 140% that day. The odds of it going up probably another like big pop like that the next day, there's going to be some profit takers. And I think we were down like 15% the next day. And I was like, oh, look at that. Look at that. But I swung Pfizer puts over that. But I actually had, going into last week too, I had a nice Pfizer gamma or bullish heat zone read. So I was like, oh, if anybody took that, please, please, please just take some profits. Because I mean, that thing was just ripping with it there. And then, like, I mean, I hit Pfizer twice last week, got the call side and then the put side. So I'm play both ways and make your money. But yeah, Moderna here. Not seeing much for premiums today. IV is gonna be so jacked on all these contracts too, where it's more, especially on the short dated stuff here, like the 2 day stuff. I wouldn't want to be touching anything like that. Let's see if we got anything that's potentially a decent opener in here. Let's look at our premiums. Puts. I'd be scared to hold puts on this for a extended amount of time. Like a quick scalp, that's different. I'd rather be in calls on something like this, especially with cancer treatment news, because that, like you said, is huge.
Yeah, dude, absolute ripper too. It was crazy to see,
guys?
and honestly, there wasn't much preemptive flow.
No,
either.
no.
Very much reactive flow, shitload. But when news drops like that, especially the past couple of years now, we have very consistently seen potential insiders on some of the news drops that we've covered. This one, not really any preemptive flow.
Yeah, I went back and I mean, some small orders, but you wouldn't be able to tell if they were opening or really what was going on to kind of like, oh yeah, here's a person that opened 50 contracts against no open interest and something like that. We can look at these 925 170s here. They are 100% multi-leg, but this is an opener here at least. This leg is here. We got 200 contracts coming in against 86 open, so at least this leg is an opener. Let's see what the other leg looks like here. Looks like they're both opening legs here. So you got 200. So you got bid side on that 925 180. So another sort of call debit spread-ish type there. So probably selling that higher strike there and then buying that lower strike there. That's probably what I would get out of that there. I don't know if you got any other input on that one there.
Nah, not particularly.
Nope. Look at me doing spreads. Dude, I hate doing spreads so much. I gotta stop acting like I'm good at them. Like I gotta be like, yeah, hey Nick, just tell me what it is. What it is there. But it is nice though. Like if you do want to learn spreads, though, that's one thing I like about if you come in here.
I will say just really quick because I'm about to take it already. I've been sitting in a short the entire time you've been explaining that. I finally got in. I was aiming for this bad boy to be the stair step down. It looks like it is. We're tracking right on top of VWAP, which I sometimes care about, sometimes don't. Today I do, given how that positioning was up above us in the positive gamma. So if this gives me a bottom wick, I'm going to take my 70 or 80 bucks off. Otherwise, my full target's way the hell down here at 185. But let's see what they do on this 1 minute candle. We got 30 seconds till it closes. I would prefer they just flush this little gap here. But my preference is not what the market will do. The market's going to do whatever the hell it wants, y'all. So, see money, take money. We're looking at here. Let me get my... Where'd that go? There it is. My shit's all over the place now with this new setup. We're right on top of that negative gamma zone again. And I mentioned earlier, as we were pumping, that I still had a downside bias with that down there at 76.55, really heavy positive. We finally have trail off of all the positioning up above us, which is really good. And part of why I got in on that tiny little bounce. Net call premiums finally shit in the bed. Net put premiums aren't pushing as much as I'd like. So again, I'm looking at this to get out shortly. We're only in 2 MNQ contracts at an average price of $29,250, currently trading at $29,208. So we're up like 50 points on this. And I'm not going to be a dick. I'm going to flatten that. I'm taking my 170. First scalp in the morning. We are on fire already. Back tests for me until this gamma profile changes again. Back tests, bounces are shorts for me. pretty much down to 76.60, which would be a new low of day, until I see a change. Again, subject to change. We've seen it change multiple times already. It's flipped bullish, it's flipped bearish. Finally caught my short that I bitched about not getting any of at the top of the show. We are sitting pretty on that one.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Let's get back to the flow, baby. What do you got on your screen? Oh, you're up on
yeah,
Watch's profit calculator. Look
yeah,
at
no,
you,
I
spreads
was just
boy.
gonna say, I was just say, like, if oh God, well, hopefully Nate's not listening because he'll have a good comment on that one.
He's like, probably. Yeah, Anthony, spread it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, like, if you want to learn spreads, like, this is a good spot to like do it because I mean, like, it gives you really good explanations in here about just basic spreads there. I could probably spend some time in there if I really wanted to, you know.
If I really wanted to.
Yeah.
We do have a blanket request here as well. I cannot say your full name because my skin is transparent, but I can say the end of your name, OAP. He wants to take a look at AVGO, which we actually haven't looked at in a hot minute. I feel like I haven't seen any AVGO for a while.
Yeah. Take a peek here.
Ooh, they're taking a bit of a chop today.
Yeah, just
not crazy, but it probably don't feel good.
So we got earnings coming up on 9/2. So we got earnings coming up on this guy.
Now I gotta wait longer, folks. Damn. All right, that's fine.
Good job.
We're 1 for 1 on the
good job. Yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot of premiums on this thing. I mean, just looking at the last 14 sessions out besides 8/14 there. I mean,
I'll do that next side.
Not a ton going on here. How about these big puts? I want to see what this is. I want to look at that open interest, though. Big multi-legger again. What is up with all the multi-leggers today?
I'm going to ruin your day later, by the way. Because
what are you gonna do?
You said dicks like 50 times earlier. And now
I know.
You just said the word big with a lot of spunk on it. You're like, big, and all the supercuts I can make of that. But anyway, as you were with AVGO.
Yeah. So yeah, I wonder if this is some sort of, let's see what's going on here. Some sort of roll, possibly. Let's just take a peek here. Ooh. What do we got here? The 10-16 380. Are these new? No.
Look at the clean, identical open interest on all of those contracts.
Yeah.
I would almost have said they're rolling an entire spread if it weren't for the fact that all of those freaking contracts were identical already.
Yeah, that's
I almost feel like they're just closing out an entire spread here.
Something. I mean I mean, looking at that ask side volume profile there, I mean that looks like a, you know, a clean closure there. The bid side one's a little more messy, but look, I think I'll agree with you on that one. I'm not going to fight back on you with that one. I'm not going to argue with you on that one there. Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to tell when you have open interest like that and so many contracts involved in a spread that yeah, there might even be directionality to that. Like, don't get me wrong. There very well could be. It could be some wonky-ass ratio calendar spread. It could be a lot of things that could have directional biases. But it's too hard for me to know for sure when we have that open interest large enough that every single leg of that spread could be being closed. There's no way to know for sure that it's an opener. I tend to just move on. I'll ignore it. Dude, real quick, I got to complain before we continue.
You missed a short.
Holy shit. That stair step I said I missed off of VWAP there. That's the stair step I missed. I was thinking they were going to give me another back test, and let me tell you, they did not.
Nope.
228 straight shot down to 175. Being patient is the right thing to do, but sometimes it pisses me off, man. I mentioned earlier that the top of this range was going to be a full target on my re-entry, and look where we are, smack dab on it. Those dicks. They couldn't even wait for me.
Not to be that guy either, but did I tell you to take that short up at 76?
I took the back test on it. Hey, we got a piece. We got a piece.
Look at that waterfall, and look at all that gamma just dropping off above us there too.
They are gunning for it. And I said, what time is it? 9:30 Central, half an hour ago, when we were pushing up toward those highs. What did I say would get back tested? Just real quick. Do you remember? Do you remember? I remember.
Uh, uh,
Do you remember?
have chat tell you. Have chat tell you. Have chat tell you. Let me just go back to Avgo here. I just want to look at that heat zone out there. Yeah, so not really anything for flow there. I checked that option screener on it there too. Let's just look at the heat zone. Oh, messy. Oh, let's see.
Dude, it's still going. Let me back in. Well, I guess while I wait for the back test when you're done with Avgo, I will asks what my SMAs are, my moving averages. It's kind of a mess, I'll be honest. I use it mostly for trend, not for entries and exits. It's kind of messy, but it's what I like. But I'll break that down here in a sec.
Yeah, looking at here, so we got our call wall right here at 352.5. It's almost kind of seems penny because it's telling us long calls and long puts there. So short puts, short calls. It's kind of a little pin action there. We are above that flip still there too. That flips at 349.68. So we are still in that dampening regimen there. I am noticing that 925 there. That's the other biggest kind of negative gamma node there. And yeah, I just want to look at those puts there. That's that big goofy multi-legger again there too. Again, that's why I like looking at what flow is causing that kind of gamma there. Yeah, so I mean it's not really like, a true signal because that spread is really goofy. But yeah, I mean, if you're just looking at it from a gamma perspective only, I mean that 345, 925 nodes, your biggest negative gamma, and then we're sitting up against a call wall there too. But yeah, no flow on it there. I couldn't find any good flow on it there.
Real quick, I have a complaint. My cousin just messaged me. Apple Music is already spamming Christmas music. Guys, as my cousin says there, it's fucking August. Can we settle? I was seeing people getting mad about Halloween stuff coming out at the end of July, early August. August isn't even over, man, and it's Christmas already? What are we doing? Man, capitalism is alive and well, let me tell you. But all right, real quick, since I have it on my chart, I don't even know if that's visible because it's pretty tiny, but I just use exponential moving averages on the 21 for the most part. I use the close of the 21, the high of the 21, the low of the 21, and then I have a smoothing average that cuts through all of them, also based on the 21, to kind of smooth out that trend line, and that's my yellow line here. But everything else is just the high, low, close of the 21. That's all I use. My chart usually isn't this clean. I don't really use a lot of indicators. I don't even pay a lot of attention to these EMAs. I just like having them on to keep an eye on trend. This bad boy in real time for the close of each candle is really useful to see when trend changes. You see how it bounces up right away. This is a back test time. I'm waiting for my short till they get a little higher here. They might just run it down right off of this spot, but I'm looking for 210s to 220s to enter short again. But again, I just use them for trend. I'm not married to them. Usually I have a lot more levels drawn. I haven't transferred my chart over to the personal account yet. I got to do that before Monday's show for sure. But yeah, that's it. That's about it. I just use general price action. I look at the candles a lot more than I look at the moving averages, and that's just how I do. If they reject here, Anthony, I'm going to be sour. I wanted higher.
We are coming up. We are coming up on positive gamma. I mean, down there at 76.60. I mean, we got about 8 points positive gamma. So I mean, it's a tough spot to take a short, but not a good spot to take a long either. I mean, just in the middle of that negative gamma where it can kind of whip either way. I'm excited. I hope we get a setup going into close.
I don't want a 20-point stop loss, but I got to take this short. I got to. I'm putting my stop right above that green candle. I'm hoping for this to be the next stair step down, just like the one we missed off of VWAP there. If this one stops me out, we're going to take a little bit of a haircut here off of that 170 we won earlier. But I'm keeping a close eye on this. If this looks like it's just going to reverse on me, I'll probably flatten it manually. But I'm keeping an eye on it. It looks like they are going to finally backtest higher like I wanted them to. That's a wick I don't like. I'm just going to take that off. If I'm wrong and I miss it, oh well, guess what? They'll backtest and I'll get a new entry. Not worth it. Yep, there we go. They would have stopped me out anyway. Now let's see if they give me my 210s. I'm actually going to put a limit order, something I rarely do. Usually I like to enter manually. I'm just going to set one a little above 210 here. And let's see if they come give me a fill. And I'll just put on a blanket 10-point stop loss above that. I think they're going to stair step it here after they would have stopped me out anyway. But we'll get back to that. I'm not too concerned. I just realized nobody saw what I was doing. That's what I was doing.
I was sitting here watching too. I'm just like, what is he doing? Crazy.
I'm stupid.
Yeah, I'm hoping like if we get a setup going into close, because dude, I swear that last 20 minutes for me for Periscope is my snipe central time. Like
Yeah,
I I
you're in
I
the close is my morning session. I do all of my trading in the morning session, and then I just like work all day. Uh, Usually I'm done
I
trading like an hour before we end the show, so I have to try to be entertaining.
I did a no and I just wanted to do it because I just wanted to mess around and see what it did. I reset my prop because I just want to take Periscope scalps at close and see how I can do with that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
I
eventually we'll have your ass on a
I
personal
I
account soon enough. You'll
I
get used
I
to it.
was
You just, bro,
you
you gotta hold for your
you
ranges.
you
You gotta hold your ranges.
you're gonna be so mad when I tell you this because I was like $200 from passing the
Did you nuke it when you were right on the cusp?
No, I
Bro, that's
didn't
how
nuke
they
it.
get you. That's the whole business model.
No. I reset it on purpose because I was like, I want to do Periscope scalps into I don't know. It was like a Friday, and like I'm like, I want to do this. I don't know.
Hold on. This man was $200 away from getting a funded account, and he reset it to try something different. Just fucking pass it and do it with the fun. That's just you're just burning $60 for no reason.
You know what? You know what? It's because somebody told me to do it. It was a challenge. It was a challenge for something I wanted to do. So, I suppose I could just open up a whole nother account, but whatever, whatever.
No
I
meme
probably
coins, dog. Don't do it again or you'll get muted.
Oh, man.
At least this time it wasn't like a
It's
spam of codes and like join and pump this shit type post. I'll take it, dude. We only have 10 votes on the Pamp It or Dump It vote on YouTube, y'all. Can we get some votes in here? Let's go. What do you guys think is going to happen? Pamp It's winning, which is interesting given the reversal. But let's get some more votes in there. There's quite a few people in there hanging out. Let's get your votes in. Let's see what you want to see.
That Periscope's kind of saying down there. Maybe I'll go put my vote in there. I'm going to put my own vote in there.
All right, this doesn't look like they're going to film me, so I'm jumping in early.
Just patience.
It's a really tight stop, so it's not even worth looking at until after we start moving here. But I think we're finally going to get my stair step, so I'm going to go for it. And I would like a new local low. That said, just because of the way Periscope's been bouncing around, this could very much push back up through. We're right in the middle of that negative gamma zone, so it's a bit of a risky entry. But I like it from a price action point of view. We still have negative gamma below us. That positive gamma is building below us while it's still falling off above us. The risk to reward is quite there for me. We're up 10 points right now, but I'm gonna keep an eye on this one, and I might let her ride to see if we can take out lows. If I get stopped out, y'all will know. I'll tell you. It'll sting. I'll be whiny about it, but we're already doing decent on the day. This risk to reward is here for me. Let's do more flow, folks. What do you want to see? You got us for like another hour and a half, man. Like depending on how bored we get. What do you want to see?
I gotta get some requests because here's my tape. Look at my tape for the first hour there.
The random ass NVIDIA.
Yeah, that's a 500 contracts. That's a kind of nothing burger. Even premium wise, that's a nothing burger there.
We did look at BE a little earlier, but since we got MU. We got MU. We got MU. MU. Look at some Micron.
Yeah, let's go take a peek at that.
I think they're going to punish me for being early here, folks. Oh, they're right on it. And they got me. All right, that's fine. I'll let y'all know if/when I get back in, because I am fairly certain I will. Let's do MU.
Let's take a peek at... So today looks like we got a big yawn coming. Sorry, hold on. Oh, man. Oh boy. Yeah, a lot of ask side call premium coming in today, but premiums are kind of flat. That net volume is still negative though. Let's see what we got for flow. A lot of 0-day stuff coming in here, obviously. I will never get over 0 DTEs on names Monday and Wednesdays. That's just
wait till the overnight session shit kicks in.
Oh,
all right,
gosh.
Folks, real quick before we dive in, I am going to be hands off on shorts for a second here until I see what they do at the top of this negative gamma zone. We are getting an absolute shitter in net put premiums again with barely any of a bounce. That takes away a little bit of my confidence to jump right back in. I'm going to see what they do at the upper end of this negative gamma zone before I try to take another stab at it. but I do like seeing that build up down to 76.55 still. We got so close, dude. 76.65 was where I said they'd back test. They got to 76.66.32. So close. So close. All right, go ahead. I'll shut the hell up.
I'm gonna tell you, thank you very much for going over to that other screen, because I was typing in a premium here, and for some
did you
reason
type something you shouldn't have typed? That'd be awkward.
no, I put in just like the 300,000, but like my phone number populated in there too, and I'm like, what?
What?
Yeah. Anyways,
That's
I'm just like,
interesting.
what the? I'm like, okay, that's okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm just kind of looking at the tape here.
Hold. 76.80 just exploded.
Oof. Yeah, yes, it
Look
did.
at
And
that.
85.
Explosion from only 596 to the positive side to 10,900.
Jeez.
Oh, if they give the full back test of that, I'm definitely shorting, but it might be a right here, right now situation. What a flip. 76.55 still strong.
Oof.
But I'll let you know if I do anything. Let's take a look at some homie stuff.
That's a big flip.
Yeah, it's spicy. That's spicy flip.
Let's run down our volume column here to see if there's anything sticking out. It's just a lot of short dated stuff here. I probably wouldn't want to touch MU with NVIDIA earnings, but let's take a peek anyways. Maybe these calls, it's going to be a very messy volume profile. Yep, messy volume profile. Just keep scrolling this down there. Anything. Maybe these here, but again, very messy volume profile. Not really any signal in that. Not seeing anything flow-wise here that's sticking out to me. I have it filtered down. At least 300K premium, no more than 20% multi-leg. Got rid of 0 DTEs because those are just going to be messy no matter what. We can look at the heat zone. Oh, I want to go back here. Heat zone. Let's take a peek here. Yeah, I mean, the 0 DTE is going to have your biggest gamma spikes on it anyways. So, I mean, they're market makers are short calls, customers long calls there, and your positive gamma here, customers are long those 935s, and then customers are short. So I almost would keep this kind of maybe pinned in this kind of 930-ish, 935-ish range here, obviously subject to change minute to minute, actually technically second to second on the gamma profile here. Yeah, I mean, your two biggest nodes are right here, 930 and 935 here, and got to get out of those one of those ways. And I mean, we're in that dampening regimen that flips way down there at 887 there. Call walls up here at 950, put walls at 920. So I mean, we're kind of trading in the middle on big spikes there. And if we actually come over to this too, you can kind of see it a little better on this one here as well too. Look at your kind of big nose here again. You can just see we're kind of trading. Here's all that volume coming in here again, just kind of centered around that spot price right now. Not really a clean signal for a 0 DTE scalp. Semi names are going to be waiting on NVIDIA earnings, so
yeah. And honestly, just out of curiosity, what's the market wide volume today? We had good volume on NQ this morning, but how do equities look?
Do we want to guess before I click it? I'm going to say 9 million.
I want to say it's low. I don't know if it's that low though, just because futures had good volume.
5 million.
5? What the fuck?
Look at our.
All right, it is that low. Jesus.
Let's look at our market cap.
Yeah,
too,
they are just hanging out, waiting for reaction at this point.
I mean, there's no option activity going on in this thing. All red. Everything's below that. There, obviously, we're only an hour and 10 minutes into the day, but.
Dude, it feels like so much longer.
It's been unless you're meta. Yeah.
What a reversal that stopped you.
Meta's up a percent now. Meta's up a percent.
Yeah, but it went from like positive 5 to -1 to positive 1.
Yeah.
What is that happening?
It did that yesterday too. Like
that on them settling instead of any litigation, which is interesting.
God, yeah, that's the only kind of big mega cap that's trading above their 30-day option.
I do wonder. They obviously went really hard at them for the emotional thing. They made a movie about it. There's a movie coming out about the studies and the spikes and the pursuit of giving them liability for it. But I wonder when they're going to come at them for all the scam and spam ads. They don't care about those at all. They like them. In 2024,
Yeah,
they reported a
yeah.
shitload of earnings and essentially said we have no intention of stopping it. Like we
I
ran into
mean,
a wall with that because there were people impersonating unusual whales with random accounts that you can't even find. You can't even go to their profile, spamming WhatsApp things, and the Meta basically told us to get fucked. What are they gonna do something about that?
maybe we should have Zuckerberg on as a guest and we
Oh
can ask him.
God.
He shows up with his little
Well, I mean, you
chain
saw
and
my
his
demeanor when I
sunglasses.
interviewed Sam Bankman-Fried. How do you think I'll be with Zuck?
I
Challenge him to a
I
jiu-jitsu match and see if his celebrity jiu-jitsu means anything? I haven't
just
practiced in
finds
like
out
10 years, dude. I'd get murked even by that nerd. I
just
would get absolutely
beats your
bodied.
ass. Oh,
Yeah,
dude, that'd be
yeah.
so embarrassing.
Yeah, but hey, any publicity is good publicity, right? That's how that works.
I mean, we could stream it.
I'm still
Could
sitting
stream
in
it.
a little short here. I don't want them to bounce out of this. I want them to backtest the top of that lower end range. That would be nice for me. I'd be happy with that. Let's see what they do on this 1 minute candle. But I'm probably gonna leave it for a second. This might start stair stepping up with that fat flip we just saw at that 76.80. They haven't quite gotten there. I'm banking on them not making it right now, which might be a risky take. We'll see. But I would like them to get my 76.60 at some point, and I want to be in when it happens. So I'm willing to take what will essentially be an $80 haircut if I got in too early here. And that'll take away half of our win, which would be lame. But we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. I
Yeah,
ain't
we're still
sweating
just
yet.
in the we're still just in the middle of that negative gamma. That the 80 and 85 dropped a little bit, but it's still your biggest. I think we're gonna kind of pin around this area. We're just gonna
Yeah,
probably
they're
pin up
coming
around this
closer to my
area.
break
It's
even right now. I don't like that. But I do like that they set a lower local low here. I need them to not take out this shelf we're on. But I'll keep y'all posted. Let's do some more flow. Full Metal Mech says Zucker will invoke the fifth for all of your questions. You're not wrong. SBF tried the same, but we got him to say some shit he probably shouldn't have said.
just imagine you're the reason he got put in jail just because of you.
He got arrested 2 hours later.
Is it?
Nah, there's no way. There's no way that sting wasn't planned months in advance. Like,
did you contact the FBI and ask for a reward? Because you know
I did not.
You want me to?
By far and beyond our most listened to panel. A tiny chunk of it was featured in a mini documentary on YouTube.
Look at you go, Mr. Famous
homie
here.
Cass Piancy took part in that. And he
look at you.
He was really fun on the panel. He didn't take no shit. It was awesome. It was really fun.
I mean, that's like you though. You don't put a filter on. You don't put a filter on.
Confrontation. It gets me going a little bit, and I enjoy it. And so, if Matt lets me do more interviews like that, and I get to pull out the spice a little bit, I'll be a happy guy because I like raking assholes over the coals, politely. We're up about. This is doing what I want it to, but I'm not loving that they're still hanging on to the top of this shelf to the downside that they made. I'm staying in it for now. If they come up and stop me out, I'll piss and moan, but I'm staying in it for now. They're flipping me around here. They're giving me the runaround and making me sweat and wait. Those of you still hanging out and coming in, any tickers you want to see that we haven't covered yet, go ahead and drop those in chat. We'll pull them up. You got us for another 40 minutes to an hour. And like I said, Wednesdays are going to be nice and flow heavy since we took that away from you on Mondays. I see we got some folks still hanging out on Twitch, which is crazy given how long we were away from Twitch. Thanks for coming, homies. If you have any requests or questions, drop them in, man. You got us here for it. Let's see what y'all need.
I know we got MSCR from earlier that we got to look at here. I was looking at that market tide here too. Yeah, just look at your out of the money call premiums just diving right now.
Boys, they are getting dangerously close to invalidating that downside move, and that'll be lame. We did get a couple of requests there, but finish your tide review, and we'll get back to those requests.
Let me do that MSTR because I know we had that from like 40 minutes ago too.
We're great at staying at task.
It's yeah, you want the education streams, you got to hang out in Snore streams because that's just him the whole time. We like to interrupt each other.
Actually, as I'm about to get stopped out of this, I might as well talk about something else really quick. If you are the new to Unusual Whales and you want some guidance, head on over to unusualwhales.com/office hours. There's currently a Zoom call going on right now with the OG of Unusual Whales Options Flow, Snorlax UW, where you can ask questions about the platform, about options basics. You just got to jump into that Zoom link on that page there. That happens every Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. I cannot enough emphasize how useful that call is for new people to options, especially to the platform. I know the platform can seem really daunting at first. I promise it's not as scary as it looks. There's a lot of shit in there, but with some basic understanding of filtering and nav, you will be okay. I promise. If my dumb ass could self-teach options trading in what, 28? Oh, dude, it's been almost 10 years. I hate myself. If I could do that in 2018 before Unusual Whales gave me essentially a Bloomberg terminal to go off of long before I worked here, you guys can learn with some Snorlax guidance. And to emphasize, if my dumb ass can do it, you sure as hell can. So I recommend going there and checking that out if you're new. All right, Anthony, take it away.
All right.
Did I get stopped?
Yeah,
you bet your ass I did. You jerks.
Oh, you did? Oh,
yeah, and they rejected right off my stop too.
Oh, I feel that pain. I feel that pain.
They're about to make me take 2 red days in a row on this account, Anthony. After our heater of a win streak, the instant we go personal, they just take it. It's their turn. That's fair. We were due. But that's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, there will be losing trades. I mean, that heater that we were on, I mean, that was a heater. I mean, that's, it was like 2 months. I mean, that's very,
unrealistic.
Not normal. I mean, even for me, like Meta's the first flow trade that I've lost on over the last maybe 7 or 8 flow trades, and it's like you get a losing trade and you're like, oh no, I got a losing trade, but it's it happens. It happens.
I am kind of glad it happened on air instead of off air because, like I said, I got kind of tired of saying this win streak is a win streak. It's not indicative of how trading goes. 2 days in a row, man. If they hit my max loss 2 days in a row, I'm gonna have to downsize for a few days just to be safe. But we'll see what they do. I'm not sweating.
It's nice to show losses because most people don't show losses. Tell me one person that shows losses. That's all I gotta say. But MSTR here, yeah. I'm just kind of looking at the premiums here. I mean, net volume's essentially flat here. Call and put premiums are both bid side here, so not really anything premium wise. This is an interesting one here, that 828 150. I do want to look at that volume compared to the open interest though, because it's a lot of ask side coming in today. But they're 22% out of the money, first of all, for 2 days out. That's you're gonna get ate up by theta on that, and I'm gonna guess we're not gonna see anything.
Time can really be your enemy.
This looks like it may be getting bought back. Oh, let's go back 7 days. So I mean, we got that big spike there, 6,700. Here's about roughly the same here. That almost looks like, so if I go back to 824 here, so yeah, that 12. Oh, and actually not even that, because look at the 12,000 volume there. We barely had any carryover there. So I was going to say that almost looks like it's a potential buyback there. But yeah, I mean, that was all pretty much intraday shenanigans there on 824. Just contracts back and forth there. The 70, the new one here. I mean, I wouldn't want to take these anyway. Even if it was a clean trade here, I'm probably not going to take it. They're way too much risk for 22% out of the money for 2 days out. I'm not a big fan of MicroStrategy flow anyways. Like, it's just I haven't had good luck. It's another one where it's kind of on the no flow list, where it's like, because we had those days where we'd see 7, 8 massive big spikes in the ask side call premium come in, and just the contracts are wiped out the next day, and it's just like, no, I'm not doing that. That was I think end of November-ish last year, November, December-ish last year, we saw a lot of that. But I'm just kind of looking at the tape here. I mean, yeah, just IV's kind of all over the place. I mean, your spot is filling with the ask there, but again, you're 20% out of the money with 2 days. Yes, anything can happen, but the likelihood, probably not favorable there. I just want to see if there's anything else on it. God, yeah. Let's see. Would have been nice to be in last week when Bitcoin got that pump, though. Tell you that.
Real quick, we do have, after MSTR, we have AAOI and AXTI, but just really quick here. Really fast. Just super quick. I'll be right back, friends.
Did that music change?
No.
Or did I just never hear the music before? Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard it before.
Okay,
Anyway,
yeah, probably not. All right. Let's look through strategy here quick while he's gone.
And then AXTI, AAOI.
Yep, I got him right here. Got him right here, ready to go. Jeez, this guy. Can you like go take your piss? Anyways, oh God.
I just take my microphone set up. All right, be right back.
Yeah, go away. All right, yeah, volume here. I mean, you have these 128s could be a little more interesting here. They are only 5% out of the money, 1% multi-leg. We've got 600 contracts coming in here against 65 open, so it's an opener for sure. Let's take a peek at that tape, though. Doesn't look like we're going to get a lot of context out of it. So it's coming in essentially one of those block trades where you're just seeing all that size come in at once here. Now, sometimes you'll see that IV change in here, but I'm not seeing anything in here to really make me lean either way on something like this. I was hoping that one would kind of be a little good there. I mean, 5% out of the money, 1% multi-leg. It's a cleaner tape there, and you got some time, but not the cleanest looking flow. Let's just kind of hop through the volume here. Anything that's greater than the open interest. Nothing else in there. I just want to look at the heat zone quick on this guy. Then we'll head over to AXTI. Let's see. So yeah, a lot of that's going to be on that weekly there. So it looks like they're long calls at that 121 essentially here. Let's just see what that call looks like. A lot of open interest on these though. Big multi-leg too. From a gamma only standpoint though, I mean, let's see. It's our positive gamma. So we got our call wall up at 127. Put walls down at 117. We're still above that gamma flip, so it's going to still act as that dampening regimen there. Yeah, I mean, if you can get through this 122, 123, 124, because there's a lot of positive gamma here, it's going to kind of dampen that price. Maybe see a little move up there kind of towards that call wall, but yeah, this 122, 123, 124 is going to kind of act as that dampening as of right now. All right, let's do AXTI here. Let's look at our premiums.
Bro, without fail. Without fail. Anytime I leave the piss, I miss my stair step. They're already bouncing out of it. There's no short here now. That's probably going to stair step up now, but aw. I missed a nice little 30-pointer. All because I had to take a leak, man. My bladder's a dick.
Should just get you a diaper for next time. Get a diaper for next time.
Get one of those little piss funnels with a tube.
Jeez. Yeah, AXTI here. Not too much over the last 14 days. Obviously, our big spike was here and kind of moving up with that price that day. And not too much in here. Ooh, not a lot for volume either here, but look at all that kind of call volume coming in here. Now, it's not clean volume here. So, I mean, right away, though, I'm looking at that volume here. It's interesting because there's no open interest on these. So, I mean, there's some sort of opening trades going on in here, but just kind of off the bat here, it looks like it's, I mean, let's take a peek. Oh yeah, so I was looking at this. So yeah, it's a mid fill here, so you're not going to get anything. And they're 54% in the money. Does AXI have a dividend?
Oh.
Do we have a dividend on this? Let's see. X dividend. No, it doesn't. So I was going to say maybe some arbitrage dividend stuff there, but yeah, this is all super deep in the money, 2-day out stuff. Like this isn't really directional anything to. I was looking for an article on that yesterday too for like the non-dividend stuff, because obviously the dividend deep in the money stuff is more arbitrage there, but like like this stuff, it's not dividend, but they're 51% of the money. It's not directional. It's not really. It's even
unless
like
you're Nancy Pelosi buying fucking 80% in the money contracts that you intend to exercise anyway. I'm not going to see something like that as directional at all.
Imagine there's a report that comes out. Yeah, Nancy just got AXTI deep in the money weeklies for 828, and AXTI just shoots up to like 500.
And then I'll just have to fall back on the usual I'm the asshole.
Yeah.
Just
so
like
nothing for,
NVTS. Damn it.
yeah. I mean, there's a couple of them. There's more than that. Yeah.
Devin,
So I
we
mean,
did do BE at the top. But as we chug along, if we get dried up on other requests, we will fall back and do a secondary review of BE. Because I have seen a few other people who weren't here earlier requested as well. But we're gonna get through these new ones first, homie, and then we can do another revisit of BE.
Yeah, so nothing really on AXTI there, and that gamma heat zone's going to be all messed up with this stuff too. So, yeah, I mean they've got 70 there. Is your weekly there along those calls at 70 there. So just not really anything actionable on that. Now let's look at AAOI. A big dump in call premium there and a big spike in put premium. I wonder. Oh, there's your dump in. Actually, that looks like that probably caused that dump there. Let's go take a peek there. Ah, yes, it is. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I the market tide. I love on the market tide how you can click on that premium there to see what's causing that. I'm hoping they add.
I will say I accidentally click it a lot.
I in
an empty space.
Too. I do too.
Maybe I'll put in a ticket to request that it's only clickable where there is data, because over there there's no data yet. We're not at that time of day, but if you click it, you just get taken to an empty blank flow screen.
Well, you're
maybe I'll request.
While you're at it, throw in a ticket and tell them to throw it on the net premium chart too for individual names, because that'd be kind of nice too. Selfishly asking for that one. Let's just see in here. Yeah, there's just a lot of open interest on this one already. This does kind of look like it's an opener, though. We don't have any other massive spikes there. So 142 days out. I'm not really trying to trade something like that. But from a flow standpoint here, you get a nice IV drop when it comes in. We're filling at the bid and even kind of after here. Now, again, this isn't that same timing, so we can't confirm it, but we do have some other same timings in here, same seconds there. So I would probably go out on a limb and just make a educated guess that they're probably related here. I mean, you got really similar premiums coming in here. Again, just speculation and screen time. You start seeing stuff like this. That main one, though, is this 9:14:15 time, though. And I mean, that looks good there where it's a bid side. And just kind of looking at that 19 there, too. I like seeing that 19 because you're seeing that IV drop again in there a little bit there. So those could be some really long dated to kind of be selling premium on something 10% out of the money. I mean, you're going to have 3 or 4 earnings periods between this too, where it's just kind of, I'm just not a fan of swinging over earnings. It's just like there's so much risk in it, and it's a gamble. Like no matter what, like you can have the perfect flow read everything, and just CEO says something, and just boom, there goes the stock, and it's like, oh, I'm destroyed. Why is this not popping up here? Let's see.
And then after AAOI, we've got a PLTR.
Cool.
Sai says he's also taking a look at the September 18th 190Cs.
Cool. You will probably have to remind me of that again in a second, because my little squirrel brain will forget in about 2 seconds.
YouTube chat, you're quiet when you were popping. Did we lose you? I miss you. Come back. I love you.
Yeah, not much for AAO either. Okay, so let me pull up Palantir here. Let's do Palantir. And you said it was the 918.
Yeah, he said he's looking at the September 18th 190C, but I don't know if there was flow on it.
C. All right, we can take a peek. So there's some flow on it, but it doesn't look like it's probably actionable. Look at all that open
shenanigans going on.
Yeah, a lot of open interest. Yep. Yeah, I just want to pop this here so you get a visual there. Yeah, so I mean, you're seeing these big spikes here. You don't know who's holding what, who's getting out. A little messy on that specific contract. Let's just go do an overview on it here. If I could click, that would help. Palantir. Yeah, I mean, just kind of look at those premiums there, too. I mean, there's not a ton there. Look at that big drop in that call premium back there on 821. I want to see what that looked like there too. But yeah, I mean, other than that, there's not really too much there. I just want to look at that 821 here quick. What was that big bid side? Why are you tweaking out on me? All right, let me find my big bid side call here. All right, I'm just gonna go in here, do it. Where's my 821? Let's do call. Let's hide my puts.
SPX finally pushing toward that 76.85 level. That has flipped steep negative. They are sticking the landing at 76.80. There are no shorts for me yet. And that could have been the last of it. They never set a new low, nothing. Some of that down there. Just really quick. Sorry to interrupt. I'm not really sorry, but nonetheless.
just
if they can stick the landing at 76.80, they're making an argument to push back up towards that 7,700 evens. All of this negative gamma this positive gamma that I was targeting on that last short, starting to taper off and move up a little bit. So they are getting some of that buy pressure back. Net put premiums haven't fallen as much as I would have anticipated on this bounce back up. Let's see if they can stick the landing at 76.80 or if they're going to let me start doing some Stony Shorts TM. Back to you, dog.
So yeah, Palantir again. It's nice to know what's causing those spikes and drops in call premium. So like, okay, you look at the 14-day here, you look at the 821 here, you're like, oh, look at that big drop in call premium. That's a, face value. You're gonna assume, oh, that's bullish. They're getting all their calls. Look at the contracts here. It's just super extremely deep in the money calls, essentially kind of coming in. You've got some obviously on the ask there, but a lot of that's coming in at the bid. Look at that, 226 million there contributing to the bid side, and that stuff's expired there. So I mean, it's not directional flow that's causing those spikes in the premium. So can kind of cross out that day as anything interesting there. So let's go back to today, see if there's anything coming in on the tape. Let's look at our ask side here. Let's put on, oh, we don't even need to do that because there's not too much there. All right, let's look at our volume here, see if anything's bigger than our open interest right off the bat. I'm not seeing anything. Not seeing anything. How's our heat zone look on it? Oops, come back down here. 828 here, 165 looks to kind of be that heaviest negative gamma zone on this one here. So it's telling me market makers are assumingly short puts. So it's telling me customers would be long those puts. Look at all that negative gamma above us here, though. I mean, there's room for acceleration up. This is kind of one of those double-sided breakouts that I'd kind of keep an eye on there. Whereas our flips at 60. Oh, we're not even close to that flip there. Put walls at 170. Yeah, man, that's a toughie there. I mean, look at that call. It's a really tight call wall and put wall here. You got 170 here for that put wall, 177.5 for that call wall. So you're right in the middle there. This is kind of one of those double-sided breakouts there that I'd be watching there. I mean, there's a lot of negative gamma above us there, and it's a lot of short calls in there too. Now
I can't wait to make that supercut even more, because now I have you saying big dicks and double-sided dicks.
Oh, you're gonna have fun with that. New intro coming soon, I bet.
I'll just make them into soundbite stingers. Just big dicks.
Great. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I'd keep an eye on this one for kind of a double-sided breakout. It almost seems like it kind of favors the upside for a breakout on that heat zone there. Yeah, I mean, we're trading right in the middle of that call wall and put wall though, so it's, yeah, I'd probably lean upside though if you made me trade it, but no flow to really go with it there. All right, let me clean up my 1,000 tabs here.
And then SoFi. SoFi in a hot second, I think.
No, there's always so much flow on SoFi where it's just not. I mean, so much volume and open interest on the thing. All right, let's see. Ooh, they gave up a lot of gains there early. Kind of pulled a meta. It looks like. Yeah, just I mean, every contract I look at with SoFi too usually has so much open interest on it. It's one of those fun names there. All right, let me get rid of my 0 DTE. Let's put on some filters. Ask side. Let's get rid of multi-leg. All right, we whittled that down a little bit there. All right, let's see what we got there. So, I mean, when I see 4% in the money, that's not bad. Once it starts getting, 10% and above, that's when I kind of back off a little bit
Yeah,
just
you
because,
start
you know,
sinking in
and
someone
it's,
with big money and a shitload of shares doing some
yep,
shenanigans.
yep. Yeah, like 4% of the money is fair enough where it's, hey, you're just getting some decent dealt with Greeks on your contracts, maybe trying to avoid that fade, especially on the short dated stuff there. But yeah, like 10% and above is kind of my max where I'm just like, there might be too much going on there. All right, let's take a peek here again, kind of looking at that volume column right away. All that volume's a lot lighter than that open interest. I'm not seeing anything off the bat there for
The only one that's
volume
like
there.
even above it all is that top contract, and
Is
it's like barely
yeah, and
seventeen
that's
fives.
yeah, and it's an in the money guy there too. So it's I just want to look at that previous open interest there. Yeah, it looks like it's an opener. I mean, you got too much other sporadic volume in there to really be one big hit there. But look at that 717. We had 920 come in there. Just want to see if anything's really dropped off since then. 700 little add there, maybe a drop there. Let's just pop this back just for the sake of it there. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's related to today's. We can look at the tape here.
SoFi is actually, I just have the chart open on the hourly here. It is ranging in quite the range here between 17 and a half and 19 and a half. But I just wanted to point out what a fucking comeback. Back in the end of July, about 3 days away from a month to the day, they bottomed out at $14.88 a share, currently trading just below 19. So that's a nice comeback over the last month. If they can hang on to this range without sweeping that low that they're flagging through on the hourly here down at 17 and a half, give or take some change, I think the homie that asked for SoFi, he said time to fly. Potentially, because right now they're sitting at a prior ranges resistance. If they can break out of that, they can make an argument to gun for that last rejection that sent them into hell back in February, which is just below $22 a share. So if they can hang on to this range, I don't hate your read there, Red Eye. If so, if I
Okay,
can have some
keyword
pretty wild
if.
swings.
So now to kind of go off of that here, so these puts actually look kind of good there. Look at the so you get the small little IV drop kind of when it comes in, but look at that big IV pop. Otherwise, we're getting an ascending fill. Nope, it's just on that one little contract there. So
Trade
the
says, so if I
85
got to
and the
break 20
86 there.
before anything, I agree. That is the top of that prior range that they rejected that sent them way the hell down to 7, or sorry, way down to 15. I agree.
Yeah, I actually, and see, a little tricky here. I was gonna say that flow kind of looked good at first there. I didn't do the full read on it yet there though. But I mean, then you got your IV dropping here, kind of about a second later. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say these contracts are probably related. They're a second later than each other. I'll go out on a limb and say that. If they're not, you know, they sue me. But I'm gonna, use my, brain here and try to assume, hey, they're a second later, you got the same size, good premium coming in, probably the same trader. But you're seeing that Ivy kind of drop in here then too. So I mean, potentially short, maybe. I don't like that flow, but they are in the money. They're 4% in the money with 2 days to go. And you did also have those 828-18 calls come in here, which are in the money here, but this one's a little tougher to read there. We got too much open interest and not enough volume on the day there. So yeah, I mean, that cleanest flows at 828, 19 and a half, but a little too short term for me in the money. And that IV was kind of bouncing around a little too much for me to kind of get a clean read on it there. So I'd probably pass on that one.
Fair enough. We have
There.
BBWI.
Ooh, I saw some flow on that yesterday.
Yeah,
I
the
know they had
$17 put
earnings.
weekly expiring in 2 days is the direct request. He points out IV increases on the trade and then a drop throughout, wondering if possibly sold to open here.
Yeah, this because they have earnings today or tomorrow, or they already recorded earnings. I can check that there. I'm gonna guess they reported earnings
shit.
because yeah, I'm gonna guess they reported earnings. Again, I mean that flow can look super good And again, if it's earnings, because I mean, like if you look at this flow read here, I mean, how would you read this here? You get a nice big spot increase, ascending fill, your IV's increasing. I mean, this reads as a
I would have
buy
leaned
here.
PTO.
Yeah. But I mean, must have been earnings this morning here. I know it was like one day in earnings, one or two, but I'm gonna guess we had earnings today. Let me just double check here. Earnings 826. Yeah, so looks like this morning probably they had it. Yes, earnings expected 826. You know, if I read stuff that would help a little bit. But
Reading's
yeah, I mean,
hard.
again, I mean, kind of what we were talking about earlier. That flow can look super textbook and super good, but it's earnings. You don't know if it's a hedge. You don't know what's going on. I mean, like, if this flow came in like today and I saw this, I'm reading this as a buy to open, like easily. I mean, big IV spike, spot price increase, ascending fill. I mean, it looks like a buy to open. But again, this one overlapped earnings, didn't work out there. And yeah, I mean, could have been short, could have been a hedge. Who knows? Who knows? That's the problem with earnings.
Man, what a
And
bed
then
shitter.
yeah, that's yeah, the easy way to say it there, bed shitter on that guy. Yeah, but otherwise, let's see. I'll pop
We got
over here.
another direct request for a January contract on BMNR.
Yeah, man. R,
The
what's the contract?
$18 put for 115. Homie's pointing out the
2026.
16,600 open interest on it. Looks like a small
Yep.
chunk came the other day. Definitely new
Yeah,
position.
let's
That one carries
see.
over. But how long's this open interest been in?
Since March at least. It's been kind of. Let's get down to the beginning here. There's been, I mean, about 8K sitting in here. And then, I mean, we had some prior open interest there too. That looks like it dropped off there since November. This is getting a little far back to
Wait, do that
kind
one. I'm
of.
gonna get a sody. Be right back.
All right, you have fun with that.
It's gonna be a
Um,
blast.
so it looks like 8/22 of last year it started kind of coming in here. So I mean, there's a lot. I mean, add. Some of it's adding in here. Then you got 4,000 there on the 14th, which dropped off there, and just kind of sitting at that 8,000. Come in here, 2,000. So you got a bunch of contracts on February that transacted, and not really a big change in that open interest. And then you got an ad there on the 10th. There's just going to be a lot kind of going on this one to kind of get a clean direction there. So 330 there, add there, the 3,000. So I mean, it looks like they're kind of building since April, but let's just keep following this up. 1,600. Yeah, there's a lot kind of going on this guy, and let's just look at the volume profile on this thing there. Maybe so. What's that? The 21st there. Yeah, and that's as an ad at the bid there too. So I mean, again, you can't just assume something at the bid's an automatic close because you see that 1,600 from 821. Actually, most of that carries over there. I can't really give you a clean direction on this one here. There's just a lot going on, just a lot of kind of contracts changing hands. That open interest has been in there for a long time. We can see if there's anything else on BMNR though. Let's see here. Let's check today. Anything volume wise? Maybe these puts we can take a peek at. Bid side put. So this is an opener today, but it's a big 95% multi-legger. Let's see how these guys look here. Multi-leg here. Oh, and it comes off of a mid-fill there too with a lot of open interest. Oh,
Don't get too excited now.
yeah. It's kind of messy there. I don't like the big open interest on that, and then kind of seeing that drop there. Let's see what else we got coming in here. Let's keep running down that volume there. So that's kind of the biggest one there. Then we got another 2-day output here again. It looks like it's going to be messy here. Yeah, a lot going on intraday here to get a true signal. All right, let's see. 9 4 11 5 put. So these are at the bid. These are 53% of the money. So I'm just without even kind of looking at these here, I'm gonna lean short almost right away. I mean, they're 9 days out. They're 53% out of the money.
Speaking of short,
You are short.
You bet your ass I am. About to take profit already. We are down on top of VWAP. I want to see if they just flush through that little blue squiggly line or if they're going to hold it as support. They hold it as support, I get out and look for re-entry. Either way, this trade wins, baby. That's 2 for 3. Nah, technically 4. I took like a 2-point stop earlier. I closed it preemptively and then was right anyway. Y'all were there. I complained. All right, it looks like they're going to try to hold it on this 1 minute for now. I'm going to take my $100, fuck off into the ether. Let's get back to the flow. I will rudely interrupt again if I get back in, baby.
There you go. So that 750 is that first transaction on the day. So you see the 750 size there. Volume was 750. So this was your opening trade. You see our little lock bag, purse, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, I'm leaning short on these here. If BMNR moves 53% in 9 days and these finish in the money, I mean, so be it. But I would not long these contracts. I would not long these as puts, and they're all at the bid essentially anyway. So I mean, these look like short puts here on that 9 for 11 and a half.
Grab. 9 days out is interesting. Usually when you see those little $3 to $5 contracts filling like that, they're
weeklies usually. Yeah. Look at that IV on the thing, 241%. Yeah, other than that, I'm not seeing too much on that tape there. Let's just do a heat zone. And it is pharmaceutical too. I mean, bio something. I mean, so like, anything can happen with that, but I usually don't trade a ton of, biopharm stuff just because of that. Like wait on the FDA approval stuff. Like it's so risky. All right, let's see here. And okay, let's see. There's not going to be too much on our heat zone here. I mean, 70s your highest negative gamma, and then your 10, 16, 75 call, or kind of acting as your call wall here. So it's telling me market makers are along those calls. There's a lot of positive gamma at 75 and then negative gamma at 70 there. Kind of bouncy pinish there. I'd read it there, not really a clean setup there.
Now I got you saying bouncy and dicks.
Oh God, you're just
gonna
have
giving me gold for a supercut today, dude. You are just shooting yourself in the foot with the violence.
Imagine if you were actually so good at editing and you edit everything together and start making sentences off that.
I am very good at editing audio.
Yeah, I know you are. That's why I was trying to
not so good at video, even though I make a lot of the videos. Yeah, we're not doing meme coins, bro. You're muted. See ya.
Anything in my tape here? God, my tape is just
a blanket request for CDE. I don't think we've ever looked at that ticker.
I don't even know what that is there too. I was looking at yesterday's. I was like, hey, there's more flow. Yeah, look at my tape here. Here's open. Here's now. I mean, we're almost 2 hours into the session, and it's bare minimum, pretty much. All right, CDE though. What the hell is CDE?
I don't know what that is.
Does it even have options?
I don't know.
Core mining.
Looks like it.
Core mining. Yeah, I've never
they got volume
heard of this.
Today. Go down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that open interest. Is this just like some sleeper stock that I've never heard of that actually prints? What the hell am I looking at?
I have never traded this thing in my life. 17% out of the money, 205 days. Yeah, it's a little far to be kind of, especially selling call premium there. I mean, look at it. I mean, I'd almost read these kind of almost as a potential buy there. I mean, you're filling at the bid, but look at your IV increase when that size comes in. It's too tough to really make an actual directional guess on it, but I mean, kind of one of those coin flips there. 17% on money, 200 days. I mean, they're March of next year. See if we got anything else on this. Yeah, I've never traded this name in my life, but yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see all that open interest on stuff. What else is coming in today? That's just all bid side stuff. I mean, and they could just be getting favorable fills and be long too. You just never know, especially on something like this. I mean, that apparently you and me have never heard of. So, and it's all calls coming in there too. I mean, this is just kind of
to flow history. I want to see what it's been looking like lately, because we had a couple of strikes with good open interest, but for the most part, all those contracts were low volume except for the two. I wonder if
see what went on there.
So actually go up to the overview drop down.
Yeah.
Click on that and select flow history. We'll be able to get the averages and shit on the right column. Yeah.
There we go.
Also, I'm short, but I'm about to flatten it already. So I'm not gonna,
I can't tell you the last time I've went into this page. It's been a while.
I look at it every now and again when I see a ticker I've never heard of, just to see what's going on. All right, it doesn't. Okay, they have decent options volume for a smaller name. Never mind.
Yeah,
up at the top, you see those little boxes. If you scroll all the way up, you'll see they're like average 7-day. Here, I'll go screen only so you can actually see this shit. You'll get the average 7-day, 13-day, or sorry, 14. God, I can't talk now. 1 day. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Hold on. Let me recollect. Let me breathe. You get the 3-day average. You get the 30-day average. And then one other average. I can't remember. I can't read it. I'm still in the short though. Anyway, go ahead. It looks like they have decent enough volume, and I'm the asshole. I've just never heard of them.
Yeah, I haven't either. Yeah, I'm just wondering if they're favorable fills at the bid there. I mean, because you get that IV pop on it. What about these 22.5s? There's a lot of open interest on this one already, though. So it's just kind of, just a lot of bid side ads there. I mean, 5% out of the money, 114 days. I mean, if you're shorting calls 5% out of the money with that much time on it, I mean, you got to be ballsy for something like that. And all of this, actually, no. Look at this. Actually, a lot of this open interest. So it looks like it came in May. Let's kind of follow this up here. We had some drop off there on the 17th. We had some drop off there on the 21st. I wonder if today's is going to kind of potentially drop off there. I want to see what that May's look like. Oh, yeah, look at that. Maybe some, not profit taking because they're down technically. That's an and it's a big multi-legger actually too. What is this guy? Ooh, it's a 3-legger. So we got that 12. So these were all opening back on May 7th, but all bid side stuff or ask side there. Then you got the bid side put there. What? We're not going to be able to get back to May from this 90-day. Actually, yes, we are. So yeah, I wonder what. Yeah, I don't know. What does this guy look like to you? That's an interesting one.
2000.
And those are dropping off the open
fills we've seen in a while. I really hate that mid fill on the ask side top contract there, the 22.5. Not a big fan of that fill.
Yeah, and then I'm short puts long. I mean, is this synthetic?
Could be. It's interesting that there's 2 long legs.
Yeah.
That could be turbo bullish.
Yeah, that's a very interesting one there.
I would never put on a synthetic. I don't got that kind of bankroll or that kind of confidence in any trades, but I do like seeing them in the flow because synthetic longs are about as turbo bullish as you can get. They're intended to emulate shares, but oh man, the risk factor and the profit factor are worlds apart from what shares do. Synthetic longs pretty turbo bullish.
Yeah, and just kind of looking at that 22.5 though, like look at this guy though. The last couple sessions, I mean, you've seen that open interest drop off with that volume, so it's
just back in the Twitter chat saying 3-legger, my old high school nickname. Get out.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's an interesting one there. That's kind of the most interesting flow I finding on the CDEs there. Yeah, that's a good call out there to kind of
go ahead and pin that one so we can come back to it next week.
Yeah, let's.
If that turns out to be a synthetic, that is bullish as shit on a down day.
Yeah, that's
Granted, they're down what, like 20 cents.
Yeah, but look at how much time they have on them too. I mean, till December. So yeah, that's an interesting one there. Very, very interesting. All right, let's see what else. Anything hitting my tape there? So CDE's done there.
We got Futu. And
Futu.
GLD?
Futu, another one that I rarely have traded there. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of volume here. Just a lot of open interest. Not seeing anything off the bat. Let me just pop in. Oh, there's actually nothing really good hitting the screener, anyways. Yeah, not really, not really anything notable there. At least anything size-wise notable there. Look at that. He's going on it there, and it's kind of a C. So we are below the flip still, so still kind of in that amplifying regimen there. So their long calls here at 127, which we're above now. What's our positive gamma? Positive gamma is telling us the 125. So yeah, that's kind of yeah, and that's a split one there between your calls and puts. It's not really giving a clean direction. You got about the same calls and puts there. So kind of not really thing there. I mean, your negative gamma above us here. I mean, got that 128 again is kind of even there too. That 129 at least is more just short calls there. And then you got a lot of short calls at 130. I mean, if you can see it move up through here, I mean, it kind of might be a little roadmap up a little bit there. And then that flips at 129.63. I'd got to see what would happen there. You got to reclaim that if you want to see some more up there. Otherwise, it could reject that and go right back down. All right. Yeah, no flow on it though. No flow. I just want to look at the premiums on it quick here. Just kind of going in tandem with price there. Very kind of moved up with that big spike back there on 821. Yeah, not seeing too much on this name. I don't think I've ever actually traded this name. I don't think I've ever traded this name.
Did once, and a while ago, your boy Milt had an entire arc of Futu. It was a villain arc.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I not too much on that one there. That heat zone was kind of a cleaner roadmap, but you gotta get above that flip there. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd say no flow on it right now. And I mean, just look at the premiums today. Just flat there. Just not really anything coming in. All right. What was the next one you got there for me?
Heckin' gold. GLD.
GLD.
XAU doesn't have options, tell me, so we're not going to look at that index, but we will look at GLD, which is close enough.
I don't know if I'd
gold though, so it's fine.
I don't know if I'd.
I am short. Those of you seeing. My target's way down there, but I don't think they'll get there. They're probably just going to keep chopping up it to the right into that positive gamma. But for now, I'm sitting on this one.
Yeah, go. I'd be kind of I would be. I'd be a little hesitant on metals right now with Jackson Hole going on this week and Warsh speaking on Friday. Thursday? So Friday he's speaking at Friday, I think 10 Eastern. Don't quote me off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it's 10 Eastern, but something like that. I would be just kind of cautious with all that. I've been hurt on Jackson Hole before, just earlier, and then
it can be FOMC volatile. You gotta be a little careful.
Yep. Yeah, that's I remember the one year I had SPY puts going into Jackson Hole and I was down the day before, and then we just absolutely, it was like a 4% down day, some massive nasty nuke day, and I was like, cool, there's my puts, but
what color was J-Tuff's tie?
I think it's been purple for the most part. I mean, I think once people started talking about the tie, it seems like he just wore purple every time.
Yeah,
mix of red and blue, so you can't really do anything that way.
I like. I'm about to take it. I think if they bounce here, because this is the top of that prior range that they recovered from earlier. It's just a small one. We'll take about 10-15 bucks or points rather on this if they don't flush for me. But let's look at these GLD cons. What we got going on?
Yeah, let's see what we got going in here. Some 0 DTE puts here. Obviously, you're probably not going to chase those now. All those big ask side hits came in, and my guess probably some profit taking on those there. And who knows what's going to carry over anyways. Well, there's 0 days, so nothing's going to carry over. about these 51-day outcome. Yeah, I got just a
Dude,
lot
it took
of
me so long to get used to SPY having expirations every day that I think it's going to take even
it's
longer for me to get used to individual names having midweek expirations now. It's so weird.
yeah.
And the overnight trading shit's going to be insane. I think retail's going to get beat the fuck up on that overnight trading stuff.
Hey,
Because retail will make the mistake of trading the overnight session on futures sometimes when they're not accustomed to it yet. The wait times on the overnight session can be 4 hours and hours to get any kind of move. And overnight trading on stocks, I think I think retail takes a hit in the short term on that. But we'll see.
hey,
Hopefully not.
he,
I'm still sitting in the same short though.
just wait until
Just
the
hanging out.
markets. Just wait until the market's 24/7. Just wait.
Dude,
Just
that's
wait
kind of
for
what I
that.
mean. The overnight
It's
session, like futures trade almost 24/7. They have a 1 hour lull between 4 and 5 p.m. Central Time. This short's doing what I wanted to. I'm happy with this. If they can finally lose VWAP, I'm gonna have some fun. I want to have some fun. Give me some fun. Lose it. 227 is my actual target right now. I just have this down here in case they flush, so I get to catch it. I'm keeping an eye on this VWAP. If they can flush through it, I might have to do a meat spin on cam or something because that'll be nice.
oh god.
We're chipping away. If you guys tuned in Monday, we took our first losing day on futures on the show in like 2 months. It was long overdue, so I'm hoping to chip away at some of that. But this is a nice trade so far. We're up 30 points on it. Looks like they're going to try to bounce VWAP. 2 seconds till the end of this candle. If this pushes up again, I'm going to flatten and get re-entry so we can lock in this profit. I'm just going to keep it on screen for a second here. If this 1 minute candle can't pretty much take out that 226 we just bounced off of, I'm going to take this off. I want continuation. I don't want to sit through back tests, especially when we still have that positive gamma right above us. Let's see what this does for me. Got my finger on the trigger. As it gets dead silent. All right, 30 seconds is over on this 1 minute candle. If they take out the top of this 1 minute candle, I'm going to flatten it because it tells me the small time frame buyers are trying to step back in. They did not. I need them to sweep out 222 now, baby. Give me a new local low, and let's see if I can get some shekels and buy something other than ramen for lunch, baby. I'm liking it so far. Come on, sellers. Give us the gas, baby. All right, I don't like that bounce. I'm taking it. We just took 200 on that some bitch.
There you go.
That
Are you green on the day
Look
finally?
At that wick. Look at that
Finally
wick.
green on the day?
I don't know. Probably. Yeah, $4.
Hey,
we're wiping out losses here. That's a win.
About,
and look at that exit. I feel real good about that exit now. Look at that. Look at that.
You're getting that little pump.
A quick little 20-point bounce right off of it. They're going to be testing the bottom of this range. Our gamma exposure, we're getting our build up again down at 76.55. That asshole that's been staring at me all morning and nothing happening with it. That 76.80, I'm hoping becomes a firm wall to the upside so I can keep taking that same trade over and over again and feel good about myself. But what an exit, dude. Oh, that felt good. Look how sad I'd be right here. I'd be so sad. I'd be so sad. Break even for me is at 53. We're currently trading at 245, like pretty damn close to my break even after a nearly 40-point move. So you know what? I'll take it. Let's get some more flow in. And if I get another clean entry like that, you know damn well I'm taking it, folks.
You are green on the day. I would rather be positive $4 than down 200. Anybody should be. That's
that wide stop out. Yeah. I didn't want to take two readies in a day. Robot to Trade actually has a direct gold contract. He wants to you're already on it. I'm the asshole. Never mind.
Oh, this guy right here.
Yeah.
Look at that. I just read the mind. I would want to double check open interest on this one. I mean, it's all different kind of sporadic sized candles. I'd probably lean and say that it should carry over. Now, again, just speculating there. Anything can happen later in the day here, but I would double check that open interest. I would lean on it carrying over though, but I wouldn't bet. Yeah, I mean, just different. Yeah, no, if it was like one big can, like they were the same exact big ask side candles there, I'd be a little more hesitant. You got different size coming in, and they're kind of coming in on that like drawdown too a little bit. That's kind of telling me maybe they're buying that little dip there more so. That's the best contract that I can find on GLD here too. And again, keep in mind, Warsh speaking on Friday is going to move markets as well. What's our negative? Oh, God, yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about the zero DTE stuff, because your highest gamma is going to be on your zero DTE, so it makes it a little
always. Yeah.
tough
The closer
to.
you are to expiration,
Yeah,
the
gamma
larger
is
you'll tend
going
to
to
see.
be up there. Yeah, so
That's why you'll even see, like, when we pin on Periscope into the close, you'll see just massive positive, massive negative right where price is. Yeah, it tends to centralize right around there.
Yeah.
The pin. Sometimes we get massive breakouts. We had a really good push into close yesterday. I did not catch
Oh
it.
yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
I did not catch it.
Yeah.
We're getting a nice push right now on the NAS. I just got stopped out of a quick little short. I tried to take off that rejection. They did not give it to me. That's all right. We're hanging out. We do have more direct requests sliding through. First, we have just a general request for SPCX to take a look at general flow and heat map on that one. And then we'll have a look-see at TJX and Netflix.
Okay.
Stacking them up. Keep them coming, folks. This is what the Wednesday shows are for. Lots of flow reviews while we're still trading, and I miss my trades because I talk shit. I'm missing one right now.
SpaceX. I'm still not in the camp of really taking anything directional on it.
The odds of me touching SpaceX contracts this year are 0. I'm not touching it until there's been about a year from the IPO. It's extremely volatile still, and it's still below IPO price. So I'm not touching it. But we can still look at it. It's good information to have. We finally got to see some calls that were bullish positioning and not just some guy selling shit to open like crazy and pocketing money laughing at us.
I haven't seen that guy for a while. I have not seen that. I haven't seen them for a while.
Maybe that was the signal.
Probably taking a vacation for the rest of the year. Probably taking a vacation for the rest of the year after collecting all that premium.
I would. Jesus Christ, dude. That guy pocketed millions over the course of 2 months.
That's insane.
That was some shit, and we weren't in it.
Yeah, just looking at that volume here, just a lot of open interest. Obviously, SpaceX is going to be a highly traded name. A lot of volume, just kind of trying to compare that to the open interest, see if we got anything opening here. Maybe this 911 call, a little messy though. I was going to say that volume at least is greater than that open interest. And again, kind of a good example here. You can't just rely, hey, that volume's greater than the open interest. It's at the ask more so. It's bullish there. Well, this one's technically the bid more, but you got to look at that volume. Just got to see what type of that volume. This volume compared to something like this. This is nice, clean, identifiable volume there. There's too much going on in something like this to know what's going on. I'm happy when I clicked on the ASST there that it was actually a clean opener there, because my luck it would have been like that, and I'd be like, oh, let me find another example. But yeah, I mean, there's this messy volume, and you're gonna see that more on zero DTE stuff there too. Obviously, this isn't a zero DTE, but let's just keep kind of plugging through here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything just off the contract lookup. Let's just see if I can whittle it down a little bit in here. Let's go down here. Put a good ask side filter. I'm more in the camp of looking at ask side stuff.
Me too. I'll look for bid side puts more often.
It's all right. Let's get rid of our zero DTEs. I don't even know if SpaceX does SpaceX have zero DTEs. No, they don't. Okay. For some reason, I was like, let's get rid of it. It's on anyway, so let's just see. Get our premium up here. Let's get rid of some multi-leg stuff. All right. Let's see volume. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything for contracts. I mean, like the 600 here, you're trying to find something in a contract that has 45,000 active contracts essentially. So I mean, it's not. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything flow wise. Let's look at our heat zone.
Bring on the heat. Oh, dude, you know what? I need to make a ridiculously over the top stinger for heat zone reads. Like just some stupid ass shit. Just bring on the heat. Type shit. Just like stupid.
Oh God. Anyways, before that disturbing comment there. So our negative gamma here is at 143. This is our biggest number on the map here. It's a lot of short calls there for market makers. So telling me that would be customers long calls here. We're trading right in the middle of the super heavy net positive gamma though. That 137 almost kind of seems penny here. That 136, they're short calls. They're technically, they're seeing market makers long calls, so customers would be short. We're above that flip. So, I mean, we're still kind of in that dampening regimen there. I mean, if you're looking for a good roadmap, we're above that flip here. See if we maybe potentially hold in this 135, 170, or 137, not 170. Because we got a lot of negative gamma up here. I mean, you can get a quick little pop there. This is just that 828 expiration. Again, that gamma is going to mostly be centralized on the closest expiration. And just kind of look, I mean, look at next week's expiration there too. There's a lot of negative gamma up in here on that 9-4. Geez, next week is already September. That's insane to think.
Tell me you remember.
Oh.
Dancing in September. Yeah, which means we're gonna get like 110-degree days for no fucking reason as we push closer to autumn.
Probably. Yeah, it's just, I mean, see if we get above that call wall here. That's kind of your resistance. And I mean, you have a clean little roadmap there up there, at least on the weekly
the porn
expiration
spams
there.
finally hit the chat. Let's go. No, we will not be trading Snapchats. Thanks, though.
Cool. Yeah, so yeah, that's kind of your heat zone read there on that. I'd see if we can get above that call wall. Got negative gamma up here. The next week's looks pretty good from 141 to 148. Again, got to get through that positive gamma though. There's a lot to go on there. Gonna be a fight to get through that there. But other than that, yeah, not too much flow. I'm just looking at the net premiums here. Ask side puts are just slightly, or puts are technically just slightly ask side there. Calls are bid side. Net volume is actually pretty kind of flat there. How's our last 14 look? Yeah, just, I mean, no big
they had
spikes
a couple
in
of
premiums there.
Through.
Yeah.
As they push back up toward that IPO price. Speaking of juicers, we're finally getting that upside push back into 7680 positive gamma. The temptation I have to fade it is strong, but I'm going to wait for the reaction instead of try to top tick it, because I was top ticking on Monday for these gamma levels, and I got chopped up despite being right. So I'm going to wait for confirmation that they're going to reject here. I don't like that call premiums are juiced again. I don't like that put premiums are dumping. I'm going to keep my hands off before I follow up that short. I already took one small stop out on the way up. We're not going to give anything else back. We're going to wait. But it does look like it's going to do it, and I'll piss and moan about it when I miss it. But that's okay. We're going to be a little more responsible there. He's already got that TJX up.
TJX, it hit my tape. I saw that. Before we get to that, guess who died? That's a celebrity.
Yeah,
apparently.
No.
New one today. Tim Curry.
No way.
Yeah, somebody just sent me that.
Man, what the fuck? Can we start taking bad people instead? I'm losing my faith in the Grim Reaper these days. Yeah. There's so many evil people in the world, and we just took 2 saints off the planet at 80 a day within.
Yeah, these TJXs look good. Little short dated though, But look at that nice Ivy spike when they come in there. Spots filling at the ask. I'd say I like these contracts. I just don't like the short datedness of them. I mean, and again, you don't need to play that same expiration. Like if you really like the contracts, like something I like to do is, hey, maybe I'm going to target next week's expiration if I really like the contracts. 'Cause 2 days is really, really quick there. But yeah, that's a clean opener. Looks good there to me. I mean, I don't dislike it at all. It's pretty much right at the money. Good find there. I don't know if we got anything else on TJX here. Yeah, that's kind of the cleanest opener. Hey, we got 911 139 call here. Oh, this is like this. You have to double check that open interest. Both 100 size candles there. I mean, it just gotta be safe. Like this I'm not gonna speculate on. Like, oh, it's gonna carry over because you got some bid side and then you got
it's perfect.
I mean, there's plenty and there's other times too, like when you see that sporadic volume throughout the tape too, where none of that carries over. So I mean, it's always a good habit to check open interest. Like you can speculate, but again, until you get that open interest change, you're not going to really know. Now, if it's like a big 10,000 sized contract and there's no open interest and there's no other trades on the day, like, yes, that's going to carry over. So, like, yeah. But yeah, no, I like that TJX one there. Just a little short dated for me. Anything in here? Did we look at these 141s? So, I mean, you got it's such small size there. I mean, you got 78 contracts, you got 50 there, then you got like 5 there. It's a little small to kind of track something like that. I like it, the big one there that you. Oh God, there's another one there for you. There's another clip there for you. Yeah, that 828 138. That 828 138 call looks the best there. Again, I probably wouldn't target a short dated one there, but do what you want. I'm just my 2 cents. I would, if I'm trading this, I'm probably gonna grab next week's expiration, not this week's. Just my 2 cents. Just something I like to do.
We did a gold read a little bit ago, Maninder. You could probably scroll back. We didn't look at XAU proper, though. There's no options, and Wednesday is a heavy options day, except for the trades we put on.
What's going on these HPEs?
After HPEs, we do have another request for just straight up KTOS and then CCJ.
These HPs, so we have earnings in 7 days on HPE too. So they're 51 days out. Are they earnings related? Are they not earnings related? I'm not a big fan of trading flow that overlaps earnings, just because and if HPE just tanked, let's say 10% after earnings, like I'm still stuck in these. Like, yes, I have time, but I'm just, you hear me say it over and over. I'm just not a fan of swing contracts over earnings. Like, yeah, that tape looks good though. Tape looks good there for the most part. A little far out of the money, but 51 days. All right. What is the read that you wanted from me?
Straight up KTOS.
KTOS. KTOS. Kratos Defense and Security Solutions. I don't think I've ever traded this one either. Yeah, again, I like popping out to that 14-day feed just to kind of see, because if I'm looking at this on a daily view, yes, this looks extremely bullish here. A lot of positive net volume, heavy ask side call premium, bid side put premium, but compared to everything else, you're pretty flat here. So I like to kind of get that double read there. What we got coming in here? Wonder if this is some sort of exit there. I think this is some sort of exit. Look at that. Or it's a double down. This is a double check that open interest. You got 190 back here on 824. Got 190 here on 826. Double check that open interest. You're going to either see that open, if they're adding to the position, that open interest is going to increase by roughly that 190. If they're passing off contracts, open interest is going to stay pretty stable there. If they're closing those fully, you're going to see that open interest drop there. That's definitely one to double check that open interest there for sure, though. 2 days out, though, I would kind of assume, they might be getting out there. You're getting kind of close up to that tape there, and I don't think this is multi-leg at all either. No, it's not. No, it's not. Your IP's rising as that flow comes in there, even on that little spot fill drop there. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I would double check open interest on that for sure. All right. God, dude, look at my tape. Like one scroll, not even. What do you think we're at for volume right now? What do you think we're at for volume?
I'm saying. What was it earlier? 5?
Yeah, it was 5. I'm saying 9.
8 or 9, yeah.
7.
Oh my God, man.
There is absolutely nothing going on.
We've got a blanket for CCJ. Can get a nice heat zone read on that as well. CCJ can get kind of spicy.
Yeah, let's take a peek here.
Oh my goodness, homies. I'm going to go ahead and flatten that. I'm not even going to go over it. I got into a small short. I just wanted a small pullback, and we just got a nice push down.
News? That's a.
It was fast. Is there a Trump tweet yeet? If there's a Trump tweet yeet, I'm going to stay in this.
Let's see. Iran's vice president. Iran's vice president. National interest will be secured if the U.S. returns the agreement through diplomacy and military pressure. Hey, what's this? Judge suspends meta trial. I'm inclined to approve deal, but needs more time to review.
30 points, so I'm just going to take it because we're at a bounce spot anyway. If they keep knifing, I'll chase. That was a nice move, way faster than I anticipated I'd get it. I'm not going to be mad. Give 36, what the hell does that mean? I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Just another ticker, and you don't even know.
Is it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I made that mistake earlier.
I don't think so.
Nope.
All right, let me do CCJ here.
Yeah, let's do CCJ. I was happy with that.
11 here almost.
There actually is. It's called Giftify, but it's 80 cents a share, and I don't know if it's optionable. So you're gonna have to clarify what you mean. I don't even know if there's anything to look at that. That thing looks like hell.
All right, let's take a peek. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything off the bat for CCJ here. I mean, you got a big bid side candle coming in here. It's some multi-leg 3% out of the money 2 days out. So it's an opener, but I don't think it's going to give us a clean read there. So we get that IV pop at the end there, and we get some fills at the ask there. That order book changes a little bit. I mean, they're right
trying to push into that negative gamma zone. They're tempting me, Anthony.
Ugh.
They're tempting me to be naughty, Anthony. Anyway, CCJ. I'll shut the hell up. Let's finish CCJ before I keep interrupting here. If I get in again and hold, I will let y'all know.
Yeah,
that happened way faster than I anticipated it would. Trump tweet yeets.
These are a little trickier. So you get that IV drop. So we are filling at the bid here. So IV stays down. I mean, we filled the bid, so I mean that order book changes a little bit. So it's filling at the ask, which is the previous bid. Then you get the IV pop. They're right at the money. They're 2 days out. I'd almost want to lean short at the money, but I mean, do we have anything coming up on it? We don't have earnings or anything, I'm guessing. It's energy. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to short calls on energy. Absolutely not with anything going on right now. I mean, you gotta be
I don't have the balls to short calls unless they have shares to cover them in the first place.
Yeah.
I'll short puts, but I don't short calls.
Yeah, short puts on names that you like that you don't mind holding in case you do have to buy the shares.
Exactly. I am short again, so I'm just going to see where this goes or if they just bounce up and stop me out. But we are sitting okay-ish green today after those 2 trades. Trump tweet yeets.
Yeah, that 918-110 is an interesting strike there. Got calls on that guy. Just a lot of open interest, though. But that's your gamma read there. So, I mean, what's that little black dot? Is it just because I clicked on it? What's that little black dot on that? I've never seen that. I don't think I've seen that. Let me just pick a different name here. Let me do like AMD. I don't remember ever seeing that black dot there. Yeah, it's not on this one. Interesting.
I got nothing.
Let's just go back to it and see if it just...
Probably broke it.
I see. It's got a little note in there. Look, the strike runs the other way on its biggest expiry, so the level is less reliable.
Interesting. Neat.
Interesting. Yeah, I was like, what the hell is that little black dot? Okay, well, I guess the strike runs the other way on its biggest expiration, so the level's less reliable here. So I'm going to ignore that one there.
Finally, can you just put that in the rearview mirror instead of bouncing off of it and making me exit before I want to? If they bounce VWAP, I'm going to exit again. I have to. Because every time, we're ranging right now. Look at this wide-ass range. So I'm going to keep an eye on this exact candle we're on right now. If that starts pushing back up toward my entry, I'm just going to get out. I don't like my entry to begin with. It's kind of a chasey entry. That's why my stop isn't as high as that shelf. That shelf would be a little more of a painful stop out than I want. So I'm just going to treadle the 1 minute here. If they take out that last 1 minute right here, right now, I will flatten. I'm out. Damn, they got me right near break even. I only took 20 bucks on that. All right, let's see if they range it right the hell back up after that little spike down on good old-fashioned dog shit Iran news. Let's see what happens. Otherwise, they're just going to be stuck in this range until they break out the top.
I'm already saving a piece of flow for us to go back and take a peek at this. That
Yeah.
ASST flow that I accidentally.
So now we have dicks and ass on the same show.
Yeah, yeah.
A
Look
little
at this
DNA
here.
on a Wednesday, baby.
Look, so it's a little wider bid ask spread at first, but look at our nice ascending fill here. IV's rising. This looks pretty good. I like these here. These are pretty interesting here. These look pretty good.
Did we already look at Netflix?
No, we can though.
Let's do it. We got a request for it. I was just making sure I didn't not pay attention myself. Oh, my camera's
All right,
not even tracking. Track me, you dick.
I'm gonna save these ASSTs because these actually look pretty good. All right, Netflix. So we got Netflix, we got dicks, and we got ass. So it's a literal Netflix and chill
on a Wednesday, friends.
Jeez. Not seeing much for premiums today. We've obviously had some call premium earlier, and we've already kind of moved up a little bit. I think new for big ugly no sider here. 49% of the money, big no sider, 24,000 size trade, and it's a cross trade as well. So yeah, we're gonna not even.
I tend to avoid cross trades, folks. Yep. Cross trades generally there's party A and party B with an agreed upon price, not a market order type ordeal. They already know that they're going to transact it together. We don't know the directionality of that. We don't know what they plan to do unless there is coinciding flow with the cross trade that fits its bid ask fill. I tend to ignore them. I'm short right now. I'm up about 20 points. I'm kind of hoping they finally lose VWAP. Like, if they do, I have a nice dump that could really amount to something here. But they are hanging on tight to this range so far. Otherwise, I would love a flush all the way back down to that short we took earlier, to that prior range near the lows. But we went good red to decent green today, and that's a win. We took a pretty heavy hit on Monday. First day on the personal account, NASDAQ gave me some punishment. And we're getting our revenge today in a controlled manner. Keyword controlled. Do not revenge trade. Ask September 2025, Nicholas, how revenge trading goes. Not good.
Boy.
But I'll keep you posted on that. Let's take a look at Netflix for the homie.
You got another cross trade there on that 121, 124 call there too. So somebody's doing big cross trades on that 121, 124 call and 42 put. So that's where a lot of that volume's kind of coming in. I'm just kind of scanning here. I don't really see anything else off the bat here. Let's see. 14. See, like even the 14% in the monies, I tend to avoid that because they're so deep in the money. Like if they exercise something like that, you're not gonna know. And I'm just not a fan of the. I mean, these have been sitting in here for a while too. It looks like 4, 3. Yeah, these have been kind of in here, so there's not really a lot of signal on this one here. And real just kind of again, look at that.
Finally getting a little bit of that push down I wanted.
There you go.
I really want all the way down to this recovery candle, but right around where we are now might be the safest spot to take this off. We are looking good, folks. From negative 250 to positive 180 right now. I want that leg out. I want kick that leg out the chair here. Let's open up the trap door. Give me my full move, NASDAQ. I've been so patient today while you've just been pissing on my Cheerios. Give me something.
I see you got a little more news here. I see why you're Trump dropping tweet. Right there.
Stop?
This one's a little different, not from Trump. This is Putin said to plan Ukraine escalation scene.
One off here. Just one. Let me cancel this stop away the fuck up there. Let's see where these two contracts take us, folks. I want the promised land. Again, we are so close, but we also have a lot of support right here from the pre-market session. This is where they held us support before the knife. It's where they held us support on the way back up after the open drop. We're in a testy spot here. So if this 1 minute candle goes green, I'm going to flatten my last two contracts, and we're going to be very happy with that. Again, negative 250 off of our wide range stop out this morning. to now positive 240. That is a win and a half. That is enough to stop for the day on. I'm just going to see where they're going to take me here. All right, I'm going to trail to the 1 minute. So 203 is going to be my new stop. If I can get down there, I'll just set that there and click drag it. It looks like they're going to finally do a back test here. So I think they're going to take out my 2 contracts. But what a move. I will take it. I will take it. And I won't even be mad if this stops me out. That was good.
Yeah,
I'm
guessing your news that kind of dropped that said Putin said to plan Ukraine escalation scene talks fruitless. So
my take on news candles is I'm a price action and gamma zone trader. So my take on news is that news doesn't cause levels themselves to exist. News does cause movement, but to me it's just accelerating the move to where it was going to eventually visit anyway. And we got that 2 times in a row. The Trump tweet yeet to the top of this support range right here in that 230s area. They did stop out those 2 contracts. I think they stair step again, but I'm not going to be a dick here. We went negative 250 to positive 193. There's no reason for me to just start chasing shit. I will wait for a safer entry. But I mean, Trump candle right here, down to VWAP once again. They held it as support once again. The reason I took that short was right here on this green candle. They rejected before taking out the shelf of that first Trump tweet yeet downside. And then apparently we got more news and just accelerated the move. But I was trading that same trade regardless with a stop above those 250s, the top of the shelf they formed from the first news candle. But my take on news candles is they just accelerate moves that were going to happen. They just make us get their way faster. That's how we got this short earlier, right? Off that little high they formed. I intended to play this, and I did. I expected it to take 5 to 10 minutes to get there. We got there in 1 minute. So news doesn't like necessarily cause price action's existence, but it'll accelerate it for damn sure. And that's what we're seeing here with these fucking annoying Iran remarks again. Can we just stop war for 10 seconds, folks? Apparently not.
We have
a
little Apple news here too. Apple to hold the new iPhone launch event on September 9th. That is a Wednesday, so that will be... I got the
MCA'd for streaming an Apple event once.
Really?
Yeah. So we don't do events anymore. We'll do earnings. We don't do events anymore.
Oh boy.
I got hit for a Tesla one too.
That's funny. Yeah, not just finishing up Netflix here. I'm not really seeing much for flow or anything on this one here right now. Right, meow. Not seeing too much.
Am I saying meow?
Yeah, right, meow.
Bambly from trade to trade.
Yeah, my tape is just dry too. I mean, there's not.
Looking at my dog. Does it think my dog is me? Knock that shit off.
Maybe.
Ooh, this stop out will hurt if it hits. I'm in it. I'm committed. I got some slippage on my entry. So if this doesn't go right now, I'm gonna just take it off because my stop will be painful. But we'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep managing it. What do we got here? Let's see if we have any last second requests while we move along. We already did Netflix. Last call for requests, folks. We're nearing the end of our 3-hour shenanigans for Wednesday Whalish. So if you got a ticker we didn't touch that you want to look at, we'll check some flow on it. All right,
we'll be back later this afternoon.
$70 hit on this in about 2 seconds, it looks like. I'm going to let it breathe. Ranges are wide. We'll let it breathe. I'm hanging out. Stops are stops for a reason. We did look at MSTR, and I'm definitely not going to put on a Tesla trade. I'm not going to.
Yeah, the tape's just been
driving crazy low.
The ASST's the best looking flow I'd say I found all day. I mean, at least you had your repeated hits ascending fill, but that's really it.
All good.
The TJX stuff.
Go ahead.
The TJX looked pretty good, though. I like the TJX. I just didn't like the short-datedness on that there.
So we're getting some requests on ones we've visited. Last call, if nobody gives in requests that we haven't looked at yet, we'll do one last look-through on MSTR and BE, see if anything changed in the last hour. But let's give folks just a few seconds here to speak now or forever hold their peace. I just went in again on the same trade and once
Jeez.
again got an absolutely awful fill. So this is going to be really tight.
Meta's just
All right,
chopping.
here we go. That's what I like to see. If we set a new local low here, I think I'm going to finally get that full move we were waiting for earlier, which will be nice. I won't be mad. I won't be mad. I won't be mad. Look, ABBV. Let's look at ABBV.
Yeah, let's.
ABBV.
I haven't looked at that one for a while.
Yeah.
Looked at that for a while.
And one we haven't seen in a hot second.
BBV. All right, let's see. Bid side premiums here. I'm guessing we're probably not going to see much for flow today. Just looking at that market volume. Just kind of looking at the volume here. I mean, a lot of volume on that guy, a lot of open interest. What about these 9.4s? Yeah, it's kind of sporadic there. Heavy multi-leg there too. How about the 911 2? It's big multi-leg. God, there's just nothing. I hate these days when it's so slow like this and it's just trying to pick something. So yeah, another debit spread it looks like there. Selling that higher strike, buying that lower one there. Do we just double check that open? Yeah. Yeah, that's really
I'm
all
gonna sit on my hands. I'm gonna cut that before it stops me out. I'm back to sitting on my hands on shorts till we get a deeper back test. But that's fine. We ended on a high note there for the scalping. But yeah, Electric Tim Curry died too. The Grim Reaper is being an absolute asshole this year. 2 days in a row, taking people who are 80 years old on the dot. Two good people, unfortunately. But hey, Grim Reaper gonna reap.
Did you actually verify that?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Okay, so it was okay. That sucks.
Yeah, unfortunate. Rip the goat, rip the double goats. And then after we do ABBV, we'll do Meta. Little revisit to give you some insult to injury on the stop out this morning.
Yeah.
And then we'll send these homies along their way.
Cool. Yeah, the heat zone here. I mean, a lot of attention on that 918 270 node there. Again, not too much for flow looking at it though, but just from a gamma perspective, that's your biggest node there, and it would be a negative gamma node there. It's saying there's short calls, so it would tell me customers are long calls, so keep an eye on that node. But yeah, other than that multi-leg was kind of all we saw in there. And what was the other one that we want to look at there again, you said?
Outside ABBV?
Yeah.
Meta, the 572.
Meta, yeah.
572.5 call for 831.
831, cool. Just what I want to look at. That's what I want to look at Meta. So these are just slightly in the money. Again, 1% of the money doesn't bother me. It's just when it's like 10, 15% of the money, I just kind of ignore it. That's some good volume or good premium on that. 3.8 million, 2,300 contracts. So it's greater than the open interest. We have an opening trade. That's what we want to find. See how that tape looks here. So it's saying it's a descending fill, but ooh, look at that IV spike here when it comes in. Nice IV spike when it comes in. So we are filling at the ask here. So where is it marking that descending fill? Let's go find where it's doing that there in the tape. Following it up here, right here. So we got 3 contracts coming in a penny below the ask there. So not a big deal. Simple of the ask. I'm still gonna probably lean buy to open on these. Oh, see, then you get a little IV drop here. So like this is the part of the flow that I kind of makes me. It's again not a science where it's gonna work every single time. It's just something that catches my eye. We're up 20 cents here at that time, and that IV's dropping now. Shorting calls in the money, you'd be pretty brave to do that there. I'd probably still lean buy to open on them. Just the yellow flag on it is that IV dropping there with that stock price going up. I'd rather see that stock price going down and see the IV drop since they're calls, but I'd still probably lean buy to open on these just with them being in the money there. I mean, you're pretty brave if you're going to short in the money contracts that are calls. So I mean, I'd lean buy to open on them there, and just kind of looking at the trail. Yeah, nothing really else in here either that's connected. It looks like just kind of a lot of different timings there. Yeah, I mean, I'd lean buy to open on them there. You just had the one fill a little below the ask there, 1 cent, not a huge deal. It's just that ending part there where that IV drops with that stock price going up that kind of would grab my attention. But I'd still lean long on these. I'd still lean buy to open on these. But yeah, other than that, who knows? Apparently Meta, I don't even want to touch Meta, so I don't know. And there was, and speaking of Meta, quick before we get on there was news on that when we were there that the let me find it there. It was something about the judge there. Let's see if I can find it here.
Now a 3-hour intermission while he looks for it.
Right here, judge suspends Meta trial. I'm inclined to approve deal, but need more time to review. Yeah. So I mean, that was the news on it there.
Is what it is. Is what it is. All right, everybody. Thanks for kicking it with us for 3 hours of shenanigans, options flow. We took a red day into a green day on the futures account, so we got no complaints there, and it kind of looks like I might have some more setups for the rest of the day, but we'll see. We'll see. I might be good. I might be good and switch over to one of the funded accounts instead of my personal, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to keep chipping away at Monday's loss. We are getting pretty damn close to it after today. Not mad at all. Folks, keep letting us know what you want to see from the show. We're going to keep these Mondays and Wednesdays rolling. Mondays for futures, Wednesdays for the whole grab bag of futures and options flow. And what I think I might do, Anthony, just for shits and gigs, is I might transfer a little bit of the futures account to an options account so we can take some of these trades on the show as well instead of after it. But we'll see going into next week what I feel like doing. But I think we can do another $1,000 challenge like we did at the start of the show in November. What do you think? I think we can. We took that to $7,000 before Weeble nuked it.
God.
We can do it again. Yeah, we'll see. What do you guys think, Chat?
Should we start it with NVIDIA earnings and full port it?
Dude, oh God. Oh God. But all right, folks, we'll be back again Monday morning for futures scalping and gamma
this afternoon.
That's right. I got to reconfirm, but we should be live during Power Hour today, going over earnings data for NVIDIA, some more flow requests, maybe some more scalping if the opportunity presents itself. So stay tuned on the Unusual Whales Twitter channel profile, same difference. Keep an eye on that, and you will know whether we're going to go live at Power Hour today. I'm pretty sure we're gonna, but things change, times change, responsibilities change. We'll see. We'll look at the past earnings data. We'll look at implied moves. We'll look at their options volume toward the end of the day to see what's going on, and then we'll sit through the data drop about 20 minutes after market close. But other than that, folks, thanks for kicking it with us for 3 hours in the morning. Big thanks for talking about your penis in high school. That was weird.
There's a lot of talk.
We'll see you guys in a few hours or Monday, potentially both. Take care, everybody. Thanks for coming.
See you, everybody.